off while you bite it off and try to fight it off. The fact that you whack and your light is off. Bite the dust, you like to fuss, look right at us. I know you like to cuss, who can you trust to bring the rush? Come on, keep it moving. Hey, yeah, I like this, what you doing? Rockin' to the beat. Hey, yo, all in together now. Come on, let's keep it moving.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another edition of Walking This Way Impact What's Podcast. I'm your host, Furman Jackson G, broadcasting right now here in the DFW. That is Dallas Fort Worth, Texas. Everybody wants to know. I'm very excited to have great men who's very iconic in the generation that, in my opinion, who put in the work, the groundwork, helping men out from every walks of life become who they truly supposed to be in the beginning. And I want to appreciate Kerry Kzaggin from The Return of Manhood, the Real Game No 3 podcast founder as well, and comfort speaker. Also, Cedar Dean Williams with The Man Mindset, also the author of the book, The Man's Mindset as well. It's a great book for those who may see it. It's a great book. I have it. I read it. I love the book. I love the information as well. Man, y'all catch these gentlemen every day. Y'all on every day of the week. No time, different places. Y'all bringing up game. I appreciate y'all gentlemen taking time out your productive schedule. I know Kerry Kzaggin, I know you had a podcast this afternoon. I still thank you, sir. Once again. Gentlemen, what's going on? How y'all doing? I'm very honored to be in the presence of kings, gods, and warriors. This don't already happen every day, but I appreciate y'all, gentlemen. So how y'all doing this morning?
Go ahead, Steve.
Oh no, I'm ugly before age. So go ahead. You can go first. I'll behind you.
hey, look, it's opposite day. So when he say ugly, he really talking about fine. So anyway, man, so Furman, I appreciate you. To the people watching on my end, y'all go ahead and subscribe to the homie channel.
Yeah.
He got a lot of dope stuff going on, especially on the Facebook side of things. So subscribe to his YouTube channel, but check him out on the Facebook side of things. He got a lot of stuff going on. I support what the brother is doing, and I'm honored to be here right now with my homie Steve Dean as well.
Yeah, and also, thank you. I appreciate everything, and I appreciate being here, and we're here to answer anything. We always let people know that, you might not like what we have to say, but, we can't cuss, can we? Can't cuss. So
Yeah. Go ahead. You good.
So we don't give a fuck what you think. You know what I mean? To be honest with you, y'all are not where we are. Y'all want to get where we're at. So in order to learn game and to learn, y'all going to have to push aside your ego, your self-importance, and soak up what we have to say. But thank you very much, Mr. Jackson. We appreciate you.
Hey, I appreciate you as well. Dean, you and Kzaggin, like I said, y'all been doing great work. I've been following y'all quite some time. Like I mentioned before we came on the air, it was YouTube showed different episodes, and it was episode of clip with you, Alpha Male Strategies. You called in, you addressed him, and I like how you addressed him. Where
he called me. I was on O'Shea's show. I was on Jackson's show. And then he called in because at the time he was a nobody. So he would jump on my platform, Lucario's platform, and try to get recognized. And then when he came on O'Shea's channel, he was telling everybody to lie to fucking women. And that's where everything went awry.
Yeah, and then when you correct someone, I love that because you're just like, why you got a lot of women and just be honest and tell the truth what you want. And that's why, okay, man, I love Steve Dean, what he's saying and what he's doing. That's when I start following your page.
Appreciate it.
Dean as well. And then also with Kzaggin, when I discovered him, he was spitting the same thing. But I also had that entertaining side to it too, because he makes me laugh a lot when he say, I can stand you niggas and all this other stuff. But it's all in love on how y'all correct us men on how to be better men when it comes to knowing your name. And that's something I first heard from you, Dean, when you teaching me how to know your name, your legacy, all this other stuff. Where did all this wisdom came from, Dean? Because you've been doing it for a very long time, sir.
Well, for me, I was a kid that, my father, you can always see my father, Ted Williams, on Fox News to see my personality. So my father was a ladies' man, and I wanted to be little Ted. So I wanted to be like my dad, personality. So I was kissing girls. I would get over to their house and they like unbutton my shirt and I get scared and stuff like that. had girlfriends and things like that, but I didn't have any game. So when I met my mentor, I saw my mentor. I wasn't honored enough to learn from him. But once I learned from him at 9, I mean, I asked him, I wanted to be part. I wanted to learn game because I had no idea what game was. So when he showed me what game was about, wasn't about women, and he was showing me it's all about who I am, you know. And you take that, you take your name, you take all these things, and it combinates into something that most people don't even understand or can articulate.
Man, that's awesome. That's awesome stuff. Also with you, Kzaggin, how did all this game come about with you?
I was always an observer. Always, I pride myself on having a astute awareness and astute observation. So what I would do is I would watch people, and I would watch dudes go through things with girls and all that. And I remember saying to myself, whether it be my brothers or just dudes I knew, I'm like, I would never go through that. I would never experience that type of thing, right? And I just saw guys making a fool of themselves, you know what I'm saying, behind females. And like Steve said, you know, at the time I didn't realize it, but it's not about the women. It's about yourself. It's about what you will and will not tolerate, right? It's about you just having some pride in yourself and not allowing yourself to compromise those things about yourself that you feel are, you know, are standards or principles or values and those type of things. Now, what's so funny is Steve and myself were in the DMV at the same time. We didn't know each other, right? The Steve said he met his mentor at 9 years old. So I was at the time I was in Anne Arundel County, you know what I'm saying? And there was a young dude. There was some row houses, some townhouses I used to live in, and he was Golden Glove boxer. So he's one of the first dudes outside of my father that actually taught me some things. You know what I'm saying? So he was an older dude, young teenager. I was like, at the time I was 7 or 8, something like that. So even though he wasn't teaching me about women, he was just teaching me how to stand on principle. You know what I'm saying? So I learned that at an early age. So that just followed me through my life.
Man, that's what's up. And I also got a question this morning. The question is, he said, is this a bad first mention on the dating app? You caught my curiosity. Let's get drinks when you are normally free. Lucario said, just ask and don't waste time trying to text thoughts.
Well, okay, shout out to our dog, Mr. Lucario. But what I would say to this person, I wouldn't say anything because you're not gamed up. Whatever. Okay, this is the thing. Here's the thing that most of you guys understand. Y'all are throwing shit up on the wall. This guy, you don't have any game. You don't have a mouthpiece. You can't fuck. You can't lick pussy. You can't make a woman's pussy wet in her mind. You don't know how to move her from one place to another. The fact that you're asking us about some trivial kindergarten ass shit, what I would tell you, don't say anything. Because as soon as you walk up, open your mouth, or say something to her, she gonna see that you got a tight ass pussy and you a bitch. So I'm straight up.
Well, let me say this. Let me correct you, because one of the things that we talk about, and shout out to all of our partners on the Real Game No Theory podcast, we don't ask women nothing. We make statements and we just provide instructions. We tell them what it is. So when you talk about let's get drinks when are you normally free, no. You basically say, hey, I got some free time. I'm available this weekend. Are you free? You're just letting her know I'm free at this time. Are you free at the same time? And then what she can do, if she is available, she can say yay. If the time that you suggested doesn't work for her, she can say, well, I'm not free at 9, but I'm free at 10, right? But you just let her know what you want to do. Already have a plan. Don't ask a woman questions and then based on what she says, then you formulate a plan after that. Yeah. Have the plan in place before.
And as you can see, Mr. Jackson, he's making it about the woman and shit. You see what I'm saying? Right. And that's where he's going wrong. The game is not about women, but yet he's pandering to a woman, trying to fit in and trying to impress the woman just to go get some coffee. Psst. So that's what we call sucker shit. That's sucker stuff.
And y'all deal with this stuff on a regular basis all the time.
Yeah. And
guys call in. I be laughing at because they get in their feelings. You corrected, they get in their feelings. They want to fight. When I see you in this and that. It's just receiving correction, but then also get mad about it. It's crazy.
Well,
you go ahead, Zach.
Well, see, this is what a lot of guys don't understand. Okay, we're critiquing you. We're providing constructive criticism. That's what we're doing. And the problem is, a lot of these guys, they weren't around their father. Okay, they probably didn't know their father, probably had a bad relationship with their father, and in some cases, when they did know their father was basically a cupcake. You know what I'm saying? He was the type of dude where the mama ran him, right? And I've got clients that told me that my dad, yeah, he kind of just, my mama ran him. My mama ran the household. So a lot of these guys, they've never been around dominant, authoritative, masculine men who stand on something. So when we talk to them and we punch them in the chest, they're like, why you say it like that? Why are you so aggressive with your tone? Can you say it nicer to me? Why are you being mean? And my thing is, if you would have grew up around a man, then you wouldn't be saying that type of shit. You would just understand what we're trying to do for you. But go ahead, Steve.
Yeah, no, I for me, I can't be any less. My mentor talked worse to me. I mean, I was a bitch ass, shut your bitch ass up, punch you in your chest, fuck out my face, you weak mo. I mean, and it was love. It was the best thing. Even, well, I guess Zach can understand. Back in art, see, we played football. So when you play football, the coach will grab your face mask, punch you in your chest. If you don't do it right, you run laps, do push-ups, and it wasn't no timeout. You win a trophy. So, the thing with Zag and I, and the ones that we roll with, we check our feelings at the door. You got to put your heart in your pocket, and you cannot allow someone's pussy to get hurt. Because remember, you're trying to get where we're at. We're not trying to go down where you're at. We're trying to bring you up and uplift you. But in order to do that, there has to be a break. We have to break you. And that break is the world that you see right now, your perception, your reality. You think everything's the woman's fault. You call women modern, you follow these manospheres, you follow pills and plates and saucer. You make everything about the bitch, but you never make anything about you. Zag and I, we break you by saying love, fuck these women, love yourself.
I respect that totally.
Okay, go ahead. I was going to say something. Go ahead, Furman. You got it, fam.
No, go ahead. Go ahead and say what you're going to say.
I want to point something out because me and Steve, we have a lot in common. And Steve said something that's very profound to me. He said, we got to break you. Steve was in the Army like I was in the Army. Steve, you remember basic training when we got off that damn truck.
The cattle truck.
And all them drill sergeants lined up and they break you down. And the reason why they got to break you down, because any individualism you had before you got there, they rid you of that. Okay, basically, you are a soldier in this man's military, and you're all together. These are your people now. You know what I'm saying? Whatever hang-ups or issues you had before you got off that cattle truck, So they break you down, and then they build you back up. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times when we talk about, even with women, sometimes women might come to us with bad habits because they dealt with nothing but suckers. So sometimes we got to break them down, not on no malice type shit, but break them down and build them back up to let them know, hey, you in the presence of greatness. You're in the presence of a king, a man with a king's mentality. All that sucker shit you picked up from them suckers, that shit don't exist here. So even with that, we're giving women empowerment to actually deal with a man who's consistent, a man who's dominant, authoritative, assertive, and transparent, and all those different things.
Oh shit!
The stuff y'all be bringing, man, it be on point. It really do. Jay-Z said in the song "Crown," I did a little promo. He said, "Stay in the presence of cream, scratch that. Stay in the presence of God." I know y'all preach that a lot. That you are God, you are King, and God. Is it hard for guys to grasp that concept? Because I know religious taught us, put this first, believe in this, believe in that. But when you come and say, hey, this is who you are, is it hard for guys to grasp that concept of knowing their identity?
Well, yeah. And that's the problem with themselves and women. So for me, I speak for me, you can't know. Okay, the thing I always say is that I don't want you to see, the problem is you're working on you. And that's the problem. And when you're working on you, hey, what's going on? Hey, how you doing, girl? Anyway, I'm sorry. When you work, I had to pause and say, hey, what's up? Amen. Back to you, baby. No, but I'm sorry. Anyway, I'm sorry. It's just go time, Zach. You know how it is. I'm getting my focus back. But no, I don't want them to work on themselves. See, here's the problem. A lot of guys look at all these self-help and get over this and get over that type people. And you're trying to build on a weak foundation So you can't build on a weak foundation. And that's the problem with all these guys. So they don't know who they are. So myself, and I know Zach, Zach says in his own way, but I know what he's doing. I'm trying to get you to find the unrecognizable version of yourself. See, there was a time that you were one thought, one mind, one way, getting to the egg. That's why we're here. We'd be dribbling down our mom's leg, with Fitz, you know what I mean? So it's like we had drive, passion, and we didn't care about anybody else but ourselves. Somewhere along the line, we lost that. And what happened is when a man loses himself, he then becomes a male. And then when women don't have structure, like Zach said. Every woman is the combination. Now listen, every woman you meet is the average of every loser she's been with. So she's really never met a man that can show her unrecognizable version of herself through instruction, leadership, and guidance.
Man, like I said, y'all just be bringing stuff like, what was y'all years ago? And that's what I want to say. To now, it's like, if you don't get this now, fellas, I don't know what's going to happen for you, because this is some real game. This is game to help you. Not like they always say all the time. It's not about the women, but it's about you. And, we was programmed, bring that way of thinking, oh, she's the prize. She this, she that. And which guys still do that today. She's the prize. You see that on social media from YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. And the stuff y'all say against, you still got the same guys who bring the same. She's this. I gotta work hard to get her. What's the madness going in?
You want to go first, Phil?
Oh no! Oh yeah! Oh no! I'm just sure. Okay, if you look at the world today, if you look at everything today, women are the power. They have the power. Because think about the common denominator of the manosphere, the red pill. Going your own way, don't jerk off, Riz, money, clothes, and status, and all that other goofy ass, feminine ass things they're making. The basis is a woman. So what they're doing is they're putting women above all things. And then what Zag and I and men like us try to say, the game is not about women. We don't give a fuck. Excuse me. Hey, we love the ladies because we know how to love, but we don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't even want you to like me. I don't want to be your friend. I don't want you to be attracted to me because I don't want that shit. To me, that's crumbs. I don't want that. I don't want your crumbs, man. I want to conquer. So, I get Zach. Zach, you got it, man. I'm shut the fuck up, man.
I was gonna let you know. See, a couple years back, right? On YouTube specifically, there was this thing back and forth where you had female content creators saying we're the prize. Then you had, male, content creators saying the same thing. And what I was saying was, I can see why women think they're the prize. I can see why. And it's because of the stuff that men do to get at them. You know what I'm saying? And it's all about the sex for a lot of guys. So guys will give away their firstborn. You know what I'm saying? Just to get into a woman's, bed. You know what I'm saying? So I see why women felt like we're the prize. And I actually heard women say, if all else fails, we have the JJ. I've literally heard women say that. So, and what guys don't understand is a lot of males, I don't want to offend men. A lot of males are easily controlled with the prospect of getting sex. Not even getting sex, just the prospect of getting sex from a very attractive woman. So women are literally on some Pinocchio and Geppetto, on some puppeteer shit that's moving men exactly where they want them to be. You know what I'm saying? Because I can tell this guy is enthralled. He's enamored by my beauty. He like my booty. You know what I'm saying? So I can tell that I can run this dude. So when we try to tell dudes, like Steve was saying, it's not about the woman. And what guys have to understand, King's mentality. When we approach women, we're not approaching women to have sex. We're approaching women to give them an opportunity.
Oh, oh my God! Oh, can I just say something? Exactly. This is why I fuck with my boy. Exactly. The opportunity starts from when you walk in. And again, the one thing I always say, and I tell guys to know the real from the fake is how the real talk. Like I always teach them, the break them is when they walk in your crib and there's a lost and found box right in front of your house, right in front. When they walk in, they should see a lost and found box. How many motherfuckers do you know tell guys to put a lost and found box? Why? Because the first thing, remember, we talk about breaking the guys, but I'm going to break her ass too to show her that she ain't special. Because what happens when a woman goes over our house, Zach? They'll go over and they'll leave some trinkets, they'll leave a lipstick, they'll leave a bra, they'll leave something for the next woman. And I always
rings, all of that. I had all of that, thongs, all of that left around my crib, though. All of that.
Find that shit. I'm gonna put it in the lost and found box, and I'm gonna let her know that listen, you get one item out of the box, and if you leave some in my house, I'm gonna put that shit there, and the next woman gets an item. But see, that's what we're talking about with game. See, game is not about the woman; it's how we move as men. And like Zag and I, we have a sex show. See, they don't understand about. See, they just look at themselves as a guy. Zag and I say, what kind of man do we want to be in the moment? Do we want to be smooth? Do you want to be sexual, sensual, romantic, kinky, dirty, nasty, naughty, freaky, or a combination of both? What do we want to do, and how do we want to move the woman? And that's where you're not going to get that from anybody on YouTube most of the time.
And I said, it's like, and then we'll talk about that too. They talk about the dating. You know, Steve, you brought down the whole dating. Do not do dinners on the first date. You know, I love that. Never do dinners on the first date. What did that resonate from? That if I take a woman out, it ain't mandatory to do dinner. Where did it all concept from? Break it down.
I'm gonna say that. Watch Zag's face when I say this. All right, so this is the crazy thing. Even though we tell guys to set up the date, when you have game, you're not going on the date. Because if I meet her on Saturday, by at least Tuesday or Wednesday, she's talking sex. She's playing with her pussy. She's masturbating. So we're not even going on the date. But for the average guy that doesn't have any game, I'm saying that, listen, we're trying to show you in your element. So we want you to go to what I call lake spread your ass cheeks and feed the ducks. That's the lake. The corner of your face and the pillow, your ass up in the air, that's coffee, ice cream, or tea. Now it's getting cold. You can go to the corner of my dick on your forehead, my balls in your mouth, and get cocoa or wine. But what we're saying is that you're going to meet so many women, you're not going to have enough money to take these women to dinner, because I'm not relying on the food to be our middle man. Fuck that. I'll get a loaf of bread. Like I'm gonna show you why. When you have game, you really don't go on a date, because they don't want. Listen, if they have a choice between going on a date with you and going back to your place, man, fuck that date. They're gonna say, you know what? Let's go back to your place within like Wednesday or Thursday, Zach.
See, a lot of guys, the date for guys, the date is typically one or two things. It's either a cloak for them to try and get sex, because a lot of guys, they take women out on a date under the guise of trying to get to know them. I'm trying to pretend like I'm trying to get to know. They don't really want to get to know her. They just want to fuck her, right? So that, or they use the date as an opportunity to try and impress her, to carry favor and win her over. See, we provide an experience. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Steve, a little while ago, he said it ain't really a date, it's an experience.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm the date. So it don't matter where we go, as long as I'm there. That's where she wants to be. She wants to experience me. See, a lot of guys, when they take women out to like a comedy show on the first date, a dinner date, there is a bunch of guys in that woman's phone that she can easily replace that guy with, because she's not there for him. She's there to be entertained. When women fuck with us, it's not being entertained by the venue. It's wherever he's at. I want to be next to him. I want to be where he's at. I want to experience him. And this is what guys don't understand.
Yeah, that's dirty macking. Yeah.
Man, that was also like a big shout to my cousin. He said, Brian said, I follow him, bro. Be speaking fast. Yes, that's my cousin on my dad's side.
Hey, can you go to Michelle Little? Hey, baby, can you go to Michelle Little?
Yeah.
Hey, baby, it's not wow. It's just shocking that you meet men that know how to tap in. See, I'm trying to tap in to show you why you should get with me. I'm not trying to get with you. I'm the sexual amusement park. I'm the one that's gonna drive your emotions up and down. So yeah, it's definitely a wow.
I also got a question too. Let's see. Is the experience the opportunity men give women, from Isaiah Parker?
Well, I'm an opportunity. I'm nobody's option. So again, I love the wine. I teach guys to have wine above the bed. I teach them to have different color shower lights when you get in the bedroom. I teach guys how to, I call it land, sea, air, and space, how you text a woman, voicemail, video, going live. So if I can bring out these things and I can make you come and make you submit the pussy without me touching you, wouldn't that make me the opportunity? Versus all the guys like Zag said, what do you do for a living? When was your last boyfriend? Is it okay? How you? I mean, I'm not that guy. And Zag and I, and men who have game, I am the opportunity. But I'm giving her an opportunity to change her life in a sexual, sensual way that she's never had before.
Man, that's what's up.
This is what I would add. If guys actually looked at it exactly how Steve laid out, there would be no such thing as rejection.
Never.
They would never feel like she rejected me. Again, so it's a mindset shift. It's a mindset thing. It's a mentality thing. So most guys, when they approach a woman, they're like, man, I got to be careful what I say because I don't want to offend her. I don't want to upset her because they're too busy trying to win her over, right? They're too busy hoping that they can be an opportunity for her, right? So for us, we think different. So again, when we approach a woman, we're giving them an opportunity. So if a woman declines that opportunity, we look at it like it's her loss. Because I know who I am. I know what I'm about. I know what I'm coming to the situation with. So I already know the intrinsic and intangible value I bring to the situation. I don't know her. I have no idea what she's going to bring to me. So I'm giving her an opportunity to show me what she's working with, right? Because I already know what I'm working with. So if a woman tells me she's not interested, I just like, hey, her loss, not mine.
Yeah, and also real quick, if you think about women, because we don't hate women. I mean, that's the one thing about us. We love women, and the thing that we love so much is that if you look at the average woman, she thinks that she is the sum total of what she's been with. Like I said before, so what we try to do is we let her know if you trust. Again, we're not asking you to trust right away. For me, I just want the invite. I ain't even see the weird thing about those who have game, we ain't even making it about pussy. I just want her to invite me in mentally, and I just want a little bit of land in her mind so I can show her why she should be with me. That doesn't make me arrogant, but I know what I bring to the table. Like Zach said, I know what I can do. I can make her smile, laugh, think, blush. I can make her do everything. I can make her miss me. I can make her want me. I can make her sad. I can make her. It's what I want to make her, or Zag and I, what we want to make them. And most guys don't have that kind of capability. So we are opportunity.
Furman, I refer to it as appealing to a woman's feminine sensibility. You know what I'm saying? For all you ladies, appealing to a woman's feminine sensibilities. And what I mean by that is the average guy, when he is having a conversation with a woman he just met, he doesn't know how to captivate her mind to where there's anticipation, intrigue, curiosity, mystery, because we don't believe in asking for a woman's phone number. We believe in giving women our phone number, right? And we instruct them to call us. But here's the thing. What incentive does a woman have to call you? If you say, hey, here's my number, reach out to me. What incentive? Most guys never provide an incentive because they never paint a picture. Again, intrigue, anticipation, curiosity, mystery. And that's what we're talking about.
I also got a question too. If it's not about the woman, why do you have to make a lost and found box to
elicit a response? It's about no. Okay, again. This is why losers lose and winners win. See, when you have women over all the time, they want to leave something behind for the next woman. See, because you don't have women and you don't understand those things. So game says this, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect all those items, and I'm going to put it in a box, and I'm going to sit that box there. It's not to solely for the woman to see. It's only let her know that if you leave something behind, I'm going to leave it for the next woman to pick up because you're not the only woman I'm seeing. So this has nothing. See, this is where guys don't have game want to question those who have game. This is something you've never heard this on the internet. Nobody's ever talked about this. This is why Zach and I always tell you, Mr. J, is that the thing is that when you have game, You have ideas that people can't even fathom because it's so new. And no, there's not one person on the internet, on YouTube, has ever told anyone that, because I lived that. And that's why I lived. It was for me. I got sick and tired. Look, what are you going to, hey, Zach, what are you going to do if you have a bunch of panties, bras, necklaces, bracelets, makeup, lipstick, eyeliner, blush, mascara? What the fuck am I going to do with all that shit? What, am I just going to hold it all in my hand right now and just sit it on the counter? I'm not going to throw their shit away. So then Game taught me to create a box. Because remember when we were young, right? Whenever it's anywhere, didn't they have a lost and found box at the skate rink, at the school, the movie theater? Didn't they have a place where if you lost something, you could recover it? So Game taught me to take all that stuff that I had and put it in that box. And so when anybody walked in there, they can see that and say, listen, it's a warning sign. If you leave anything, then guess what? The next woman is going to have the opportunity to snatch it.
Well, not only that, sometimes I might not know who that shit belonged to. Damn, whose belly button ring is this? Whose tongue ring is that? I don't know. I know Shorty got a tongue ring, but the other one do too. I don't know. Because sometimes, Furman, women be setting them traps up. They do it on purpose. Man, one time I found a tongue ring in my freezer. Like, who put it in the freezer? You know what I'm saying? I found woman's underwear, you know what I'm saying? And at the time I ain't had no girlfriend or nothing, so I found a thong in the back of I had a walk-in closet at the time. It was in the back of the closet, just sitting next to my shoe and shit. And I'm like, who would put that there? You know, because they probably thinking another woman just gonna come in and find that type of shit. So I don't know who it belonged to half the time.
So right. So instead of the woman surprisingly finding, why don't I just have it out there? Okay, think about back in the days with kings and everything. Didn't they put heads on a stake? And then they put all those heads in front to show you that if you come through here, this is what, if you want war with us and you want to mess with us, this is what you're going to see when you first get to our territory. Do they not do that? So what's the problem with putting the lost and found box to let her know? It's not to show off. It's just to actually show the truth, because we ain't have nothing. There's no. It just reinforces what we are. That's all it is.
Man, that's what's up. And I remember thinking about the movie The Man. You know, that way before my time. I was born in the '80s. But the man, when he talked to the girl, he told her, "I'll be your lover. I want to be your lover, your friend, your father, all the other stuff. All you gotta do is believe in me and do as I say." Yeah. And she followed along with this program.
But in order for him to even say that, he has to believe in himself. He has to believe that he has value, and he also has to believe that the woman he's talking to is capable of seeing that value. Because here's the reality: women ain't following no dude if she don't see the value in it.
Right. Yeah. And I don't want to tell a woman to believe in me, big dog. I'm all about this thing called free will. See, I don't want to manipulate, lie, deceive, or trick a woman into believing in me. I want her to see the value in me by seeing the value without me. It's just, okay, think about this. And this is a lesson my mentor taught me. He always asked me, what is it? Why the dresses, purses, shoes, and makeup, they don't take women out. So if they don't take women out on dates and all other stuff, why do women buy all that stuff? And he said, because when women see those things, they can recognize something that's going to take away their insecurity, their low self-worth, their low self-esteem, and make them feel better about themselves. And that's what game is all about. So never try to force a woman to like you or want to be interested in you. Now, I'm going to say I'm not a dress, but I'm saying like the dress, the analogy. He says a man positioned himself to say, if you fuck with me, you look, I'm going to take away those things with when you're with me. Without me, those things are going to blow up.
And that's what's up. And I know, Steve, you mentioned about the movie Purple Rain when the girl brought the guitar for Prince, and he didn't ask her to do it, but she went ahead. Bro, had break that down, Uncle. The meaning of that.
That okay, so that was one of my lessons. My mentor, because I was like Michael Jackson fan. I had like a glitter glove. Don't judge me. That's when I was breakdancing, Zag and shit. So he told me to go watch this movie Purple Rain with this guy with boots on and all this. I was like, oh, all right, but he told me to do it, so I went to watch it, and it blew my. I didn't understand. He looks at all he did was look at the guitar, and he walked away. And then when she got her money, Instead of paying her rent or whatever, she's like, I want to buy a guitar, or I want to pawn. I think she wanted to pawn the jewelry or something to buy the guitar, and brought it to him. See, the thing that drew me to my mentor was women will always bring him stuff, buy him stuff, and give him stuff. And I never understood why. And again, like Zach was saying about the value of a man. When a woman recognizes you have value, they love going out shopping for you and buying you things. They love fun. Like Zach is a 49er fan. So a woman that's into him, whenever she sees something San Francisco, if it's a jersey, a cup, a koozie, anything, a shirt, she'll buy it because she knows that it means a lot to him. And you see how much joy Apple, when she brought the guitar to him, he was slowly trying to do it like this. She was just ripping it out because she was so excited for him to see what she did for him. And that's when Zag and I always say, and that's what, and I don't know what Zag is, but this is why. And can you go to Dallas real quick? Can you put Dallas? Okay, you're absolutely right. It is stupid. You want to know why? Because if you got with a real man like us, your fucking ass would be doing the same goddamn thing. You know why it's stupid? Because you never had a man to show you ain't shit until you get around one. So yes, it is stupid. But guess what? Your ass is still watching. So shut your ass up and listen and take notes, because if you got with a real man, I goddamn best believe you will be buying him a bunch of shit.
So let me say this. Let me tell this real quick story to further illustrate what Steve is saying. Sometime back, I did a video where I read some messages, but I also showed them on the screen for people to see. And basically, there was a dude who was arguing with this woman he was seeing. You know, they were not in a serious relationship. They were just kind of dating each other. So he's arguing with her about the fact that she ain't spent no money. Like, so he asked her, you know, if we are ever at a little barbecue, would you even get me so much as a barbecue plate? She was like, hell no, I wouldn't do that. And he was like, why not? And he started complaining about how he spent hundreds of dollars and all that. She basically said, because you a man, you got it, right? This is what she told him. And what he didn't realize was what I was trying to impress upon the gentleman that was watching the joint is when you're dealing with a woman who actually sees value in you and she wants to deal with you beyond just sex, especially if she knows that you're the type of guy where you have other women. So she knows that you getting sex is nothing. It's not a big thing. So in the case of the movie Purple Rain with Apollonia, with Prince with the guitar, she is basically saying, me giving you sex is nothing to you.
Oh yeah.
Let me think outside the box and do something beyond just offering my body to you, because I know this is going to stand out to you. So she got him something that meant something to him. She just didn't buy something. She bought something very specific to his passion and his purpose, which is music.
Yeah. So
that's something that's always going to stick with him. So basically what she did, that's her investment. When a woman is really feeling a dude and she wants that dude to take her seriously, she's going to invest more than just her body in the equation to show him I'm much more than just a pretty face, titties, a big ass, and a woman you can sleep with.
This is up. And I know Morris Day, I know he said in the movie that I think with him and what's his name? Jerome was his name?
Yeah, Jerome, yeah.
Yeah, when he said we got the girl number, and then Morris Day said that he
I'll make the bitch come to me.
I know you bitch.
Yeah. The bitch come to me. Yeah. Yeah.
And I know you talked about that, but you talked about that show, Steve, a while back when you broke down Morris Day and how he said he's starting this time, she gonna come see him. The mindset, knowing who you are, believing who you are, when you know you're the guy, she gonna come after you.
Yeah, well, yeah, I would I don't believe there's no such thing as rejection. There's no such thing as fear. I just believe in myself. All I do is give her an opportunity. That's all. She's allowed to say no. She has a boyfriend, whatever. Matter of fact, what's so crazy is that I'm harder on myself when I get the woman than when she says no, because in my mind, I'm like, because I always tell people I'm a crackhead. I've got a gambling addiction, and I'm an alcoholic because I drink me, smoke me, and I bet on me all the time. So it bothers me sometimes that I get them like maybe 10 moves. I'm saying to myself, why can't I do it in 8? Or why can't I do it in 5? So I'm harder on myself when I get them. But if they say no, it's not my loss. What do I lose? She just goes back to average.
Mm. And I know y'all talked about that too a while back too, that she has the right to say no. And we know that males, not men, males have a problem dealing with women who tell them no. They get crazy. They want to do this and do that.
Well, well, if you notice, women, women are not stupid, okay, and women can recognize a tight pussy, a guy, and she's no. I mean, what's so crazy is a lot of guys out here just sit around and look at women and think that they're really stupid, but they've met you before, and that's the thing. Women automatically know. Look, if I talk to you based on how you present yourself to me, what am I going to get? A bunch of boring ass questions, asking for permission, and trying to impress me by doing things. And that's why we separate ourselves, because again, Zag and I teach one thought, one mind, one way. You never know me, because that's what I say, the fingerprint. My fingerprint makes me the only me in this world. So if I'm the only me in this world, then why don't I learn my language? Zag has his language. I have my language. So if a woman meets myself and Zag, they're going to know Zag and I have game, but they're going to know Zag and I are different by how we represent ourselves to ourselves.
And that's what's up. And I also love how y'all broke down. And there was an interview you done a while back, Steve, that you said when it comes to men look for compatibility. And when you said that a while back, I never heard it like that before. That man look, and I know y'all talk about that all the time, that it's all about being comparable with an individual. Can you elaborate on that more? Because for guys to understand that.
And I'll go behind you on that. Compatibility.
Well, one thing I talk about is compatibility, right? And compatibility is literally existing in harmony without conflict, right? So, and this is what a lot of people, the average person right now, even people listening to us right now that are probably in relationships, they're not really compatible with their spouse.
No.
So what I mean by that is you have people that will make accommodations and make concessions to force fit themselves to be compatible, right? So if I have a certain way that I live my life, I have a structure, I have, principles and standards that I abide by, right? Any woman coming into my life, she must adhere to those same standards and principles. If she doesn't, that means we're not harmonious in that interaction, right? That means there's conflict, because a woman should come into a man's life and go with the flow of what he got going on, not against the grain. I shouldn't have to slow my train down for you. You should just come on board and let's roll. But if I got to slow it down and make stops, that means what you're doing is you're probably interjecting your agenda into the equation. So now you want me to take a fork in the road, you know what I'm saying, for you. So that way I can force fit you into my life. That's not the way men behave, right? So this is why we say you only deal with women strictly on your terms. But here's the beautiful thing about that. Like Steve says, free will, freedom of choice. If you don't like my terms, you go that way, I'll go this way. No love lost.
Right. And if you have a man, you know what I mean? I'm not trying to mess with what you have. I'm trying to help. Matter of fact, people don't understand, we save relationships and marriages as well. We make the women have to fuck their men, spend time with them and stuff like that. And they just we do a lot of things. People don't understand how we help relationships. But when it comes to the compatibility, the first thing one must be compatible with is himself. And if you're not compatible with yourself, how are you going to be compatible with a woman? And a lot of guys can't be compatible when you turn on YouTube. Today, I'm going to go my own way. Then tomorrow, I'm going to not jerk off. Then next day, I'm going to look at my money, clothes, and status. So they don't even understand themselves. So then when they get around a woman, they're showing their feminine side because they want to get mad at a woman for what? Saying no or not being interested. So compatibility is important.
And I know y'all say all the time that men fall into respect and let the woman fall in love. I love that too. Yeah. I never heard it like that before either, because you hear like you fall in love, but y'all are the ones that say no. Men fall into respect.
Hey, listen. When you're on my program, you'll get some love, but you ain't gonna get no love until you get my respect first. Yeah, I don't fuck love. Hey, listen. I love my Cowboys. I love my dogs. I love my video games. I love lasagna and some ribs sometimes. I love that stuff. But nah, I'm not gonna love you because you haven't earned anything. See, where people go wrong is that a lot of males or humans give their feelings away to women, which women don't want that shit. Women say they want that, but why the fuck am I gonna do what she wants when I could become her need? But she's got to, it's like Lord of the motherfucking Steve, not the rings, but of the Steve. She's got to go find Smeagol or one of them hobbits or one of them motherfuckers and climb my mountain to show me she's worth my attention, worth my time, worth me falling into respect with her. And then she gets the dick, because I just don't give myself away like that, because I'm like we always say, I'm the prize. Who teaches the king to be king but the king? So if I'm the top motherfucker, right, why would I belittle myself and give myself away over some ass and titties?
Let me say this about love, right? Now, there's nothing wrong with loving your woman. I prefer the word adore. You know what I'm saying? Which is respect and love. There's nothing wrong with adoring your woman. But here's the mistake that both men and women make. And I get why women make it. I don't understand why men make it. That is, a lot of guys, when they deal with a woman and they're pondering getting into a relationship, they're mainly motivated by their feelings and their emotions to do so. Okay. I often said this. If you are mainly motivated by your feelings and your emotions and you make decisions on the strength of that, you will be betrayed. You know what I'm saying? You'll betray yourself all the time, because you have to ask yourself, this particular woman who might be potentially a girlfriend, maybe even a wife, take away love, take away sex, take all that out of it, take the way that she looks out of it. From a pragmatic point of view, does it make sense to give that woman the title of girlfriend, fiance, or wife? Does it make sense from a practical or logical point of view? If a lot of guys really took the time, took sex out of it, took how she looked out of it, and took their feelings out of it, they would realize that this is probably not a good idea, right? And a lot of guys, when they look at women, they equate value with sex, beauty, and the fact that she's just there in their life and they like her a lot or they care about her. They look at that as value. To me, those are all shallow, superficial things. There's no value in that. There's no value for a woman to want to have sex with me. There's no value because she got a fat ass and a pretty. There's no value in that. Now, if I was a strip club manager making money off of her, then there's value in that. Go ahead, Steve.
Right. No, she's going to love. If there's going to be any love, again, okay, so I want people to understand we're not like mean people. We're really sexual whores. I mean, we're really nasty motherfuckers. But with that saying, you have to earn that. You know what I mean? You're going to love the way I make you play with yourself. You're going to love the way I make you feel. You're going to love how you feel when you wake up in the morning and you get a message from me. You're going to love me sending something to you saying I'm thinking about you. You're going to love the way I touch you. You're going to way to love I whisper things in your ear. So there's going to be a lot of love, but that's got to be earned. We just don't hand that shit away.
And then also we got to go ahead. I'm going to say something.
Okay, no, I just want to say, because see, sometimes you'll have a lot of women, they'll say that they're celibate or practicing abstinence, right? When it comes to sexual access, I tell men to treat their non-sexual time and attention like celibacy. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, so you just want to hang with me? You want to go on a bunch of dates? I'm celibate. You know what I'm saying? So, because this is what I mean by that, right? For me to spend a lot of time with a woman, going out on dates, having her in my physical presence, where sex isn't necessarily the main function, I have to actually like her as a person. But also, she has to earn that. I don't just sit across or have dinner with a woman. I don't. To me, eating with a woman is an intimate thing. You know what I'm saying? Showering with a woman is an intimate thing. Allowing a woman to spend a night and lay on your chest and play with your taco meat. Those are all intimate things, right? So a lot of these guys, they'll meet a woman within the first week or two of knowing her. They'll do all of that with her. And I'm like, I'm not. You know, you got to earn that type of shit.
Yeah.
And let me say this real quick in closing. Women, look, and this is what men need to understand. Women covet non-sexual intimacy just as much as sex, if not more in some cases. Non-sexual intimacy. So if I'm going to give a woman that, she got to earn that. I don't just give that away, but go ahead.
Yeah, well, here's a question right here. What part of your feelings playing the game? No, okay, all right, this is what y'all don't understand about game. Let me ask you what. So when you learn how to count and you learned your alphabet, did you put your feelings in that shit? Or did you learn it? See, people don't understand. Listen, if you're gonna put any feelings in anything, it's the feeling that you put into yourself. You're gonna draw the feelings out of women because they're emotional, but you're not supposed to put your feelings out. See, here's the thing that people trick y'all with. And it goes back to the Walt Disney thing I always talk about. We're the villains. We're not the good guys. I don't give a fuck about what you want. And I say that with love. Women say, I want a good guy. I want him to be sweet. I mean, you look at all these profiles. I want him to be sweet and kind. And I want him to take long walks with me. And I want us to be on our period schedules and all this. And with all that bullshit they want. They don't, that's, okay, listen. I always say, get your crayons out because people don't understand this. Do you actually think women going to tell you how to get their pussy? Do you actually think that they're going to give you a roadmap straight between
them? Blueprint to get them in the bed? No, women aren't going to tell you how to do that.
I'm going to tell you that. They're going to throw you off the scent. They're going to tell you a bunch of bullshit to see if you're going to be dumb enough to follow that. Where we say, fuck that, I'm not doing that because, see, I don't want to be told I'm nice, sweet, kind, thoughtful, caring, loving. Yeah, we're going to be told that, but I don't give a fuck with that. I love it when you're an asshole. You're a dick. You're a jerk. You're cocky, conceited. You're arrogant. You're all selfish. That's when we know we got them because I'm not trying to fulfill the feelings. And so there are no feelings in the game, dog. Zero.
That's what's up right there. I know you had mentioned about when she comes over. With cooking, cleaning, laundry. We know that they always gonna do that. They know you the guy. They'll come in, they see things that you need, and they just gonna do it automatically without you saying anything. Today, the males don't believe that today. They don't believe that these women still exist today.
Well, they can't believe that because they've never been in a position. Okay, see, they don't understand. Women, when you're the guy, women are gonna find ways to get to you. When they know that there's competition, when there's other women around. So the only way to get around me is that, guess what? If, I'm not a messy person, but I'll leave some shit around and make them do some stuff. I like when they go shopping or they'll call me and they say, we need some items, or they're like, oh my God, you're out of Scooch Fairy Crunch, or you're out of your milk or whatever, and let me go get it for you. Or, you know what? I know your car's a mess. Just give me your keys. I'll just go get it washed for you real quick. And people, it sounds so crazy because people don't believe that when you're real with women and you keep it a buck, meaning that every woman that is around myself and Zach has one foot out of the door. I'm waiting I want you to leave. I don't want you to stay. I really want you to go because I know once you get with me, you ain't gonna want to leave. So it's a very tough thing. But Zach would say you on that shit, brother.
No, and here's my thing, okay? And we refer to it as campaigning and auditioning, right? Campaigning and auditioning. Here's the thing, right? And the problem with the dating scene right now is people, they want guarantees. Okay, this is why people are hesitant to do certain things because they feel like I don't want to put myself out there and do this or that because there's no guarantee that what I'm doing is going to be reciprocated, right? So what I mean by that is, okay, you might have some women, okay, not all, you might have some women, they may, especially on the internet, they may tell other women, oh, unless he's your man, don't clean up shit. Unless he's your man or your husband, don't cook for him. Well, my thing is, if you want the role of girlfriend, I got to see what you're working with before you get that title. If you want the role of wife, I got to see what you see. It's not about let me give you the title and then you show out for me on the back end. No, show out for me on the front end. And this is what people got to understand. Both men and women alike, they got to understand that anytime you deal with people, like you deal with new people and you invite them into your life or what have you, everything is a calculated risk. There are pros and cons associated with dealing with new people. So what it boils down to is we're going to go back to value. How much value do you see in that person to take that calculated risk? Like Steve was saying, Okay, and I've had the same thing happen where women I'm just dating casually, not seriously, they'll come by the crib. You know what I'm saying? There's a basket of clothes right there. They'll be like, hey, are those clean? I'm like, yeah, those are clean. Hey, if you don't mind, I'll fold them for you. Just tell me which drawers all the shit go in, right? I'm not asking them to do it. That's her way of saying, I want you to take me seriously. I want you to look at me as a woman beyond just someone you're fucking, right? Now, here's the thing about that, right? And any woman that's watching right now, they'll tell you there's a shelf life to them doing that type of thing. They'll do it for a while, but if they feel like there is no return on their investment, if they feel like they're not getting value for the value that they're investing, then eventually they will stop doing those things. So I just want guys to understand that shit don't last forever.
Yeah, James has got some issues, and I can show you why he doesn't have any game. So if you look at someone like James, and this is no disrespect, James, we just got to keep it a buck. You ain't got no game. You can't fuck. You really fucked up. See, what a lot of people do is they hide behind what they do versus who they are. See, Zag and I stand on who we are. Take away our money, take away our houses, clothes, and all the stuff that we have, and you will see a man. See, what you have right here is somebody is not related to business or financial growth. That's some sucker ass shit. That's what suckers do. Because why would I want to involve a woman in my financial business that she's not even worthy of my dick yet? But what? I'm gonna give her a free pass into my personal information. And this is where guys fuck up, because they're always talking about that. See, this is the kind of guy that would say, well, I got businesses and I got money. He gonna stand on his money, on his wallet. But see, this is sucker shit. James, you're at an age where you don't have any game. And if you keep making it about business and financial growth, you're gonna be a sucker to a lot of women, because they're gonna see a bitch behind. They're gonna take away all that business shit you saying and all that shit you doing. They're gonna see a weak motherfucker that's hiding behind his money, man.
And that's what's up right there. Straight facts right there. Let's talk about that. You had Kevin Samuels with high value man, money, clothes, status, and guys were buying into that, believing in that. Oh, yeah. And I know you mentioned Steve, I know you mentioned this a while back. If you want to get clothes, do it for you. You want a house, you do it for you. You want the car, you do it for you. Everything starts with you first. Never do anything for approval of a woman. And a lot of the guys, they do these things for the lady, but she's not feeling him. So he just just give up, whatever. But he did it for the wrong reason. If you're gonna do it for you.
Yeah, well, okay. So again, I'm not talking about my, going up the mountain 2 ways with no shoes on type thing, but I mean, I didn't have much money at one point in my life. I was eating hamburger helper, ramen noodles, cereal, and TV dinners. That's all I could afford. I had a car, but because I couldn't afford gas, I'd take the bus most of the time. I mean, I'm being dead ass. I would save the middle of my check to pay my bills. I mean, but I was fucking so many motherfuckers. I was driving the Mercedes and all the nice vehicles and shit like that. It wasn't mine. It was the women's stuff, because I never stood on what I was, because my makeup and what I am is me. Fuck all the money, the clothes, and all that other stuff. That's like that other guy. See, a lot of guys who don't have what Zag and I call a mouthpiece. That means something that, you know what, I can tap into that pussy without even touching you. I can be on Earth, I can touch your ass from Mars type shit. Most of these guys can't do that. So what they want to do is hide behind things of material things. And so what he did for a lot of these dumbass guys is, number one, they loved him because he yelled at women. That's number one. And then this guy who was, I guess he did like some perfume stuff or whatever. He was like he wasn't a dating coach. He was just
like an image consultant.
Yeah, he was like an image consultant thing. Yeah, a lot of people transition to our realm because they say if they do something, they get noticed, then they'll just try to say, well, I'm gonna give you some advice, and they don't even have enough game to do all that shit. So I'm just saying that my money and clothes and status didn't define me. I always defined me by me. I was never ashamed of, if I had TV dinners, you know what they would do? They either buy me more TV dinners or they'll buy me steaks and shit. I never asked for that shit, but they saw like Purple Rain, the guitar. They saw the value in me, and they didn't care. The wealth of me was more worth its weight in gold with clothes and stuff.
it's funny, and if you take a deeper look at that, Steve, they want to feel needed. They want to feel like a contributor in your life. Because if a woman feels needed or like she's a contributor in your life, she feels her spot in your life is more secure. See, women who don't really do shit for you, but just look cute and maybe y'all have sex and all this, okay, they're not necessarily worried about having a spot in your life. You know what I'm saying? But when you got women that go above and beyond the call of duty and they think outside the box and they do shit, they want to be a contributor in your life. There's a video clip that me and Steve showed where a young lady was explaining that, where if she comes into a man's life and there's nothing for her to do. Now, this is in the event that she really likes the guy. She's really feeling the guy, right? She feel like if there's nothing to do, what value can she bring to him, right? So, and this is what guys got to understand. So he says, you know, can you expand on the idea of expecting things to be guaranteed and what some of the signs that someone thinks this way? You want to know the perfect sign that guys think this way? When guys say, oh, women who want dinner dates just want to use you. See, our reason for not taking women out on dinner dates, the first date, has nothing to do with being used. I'm not worried about being used. And I'm going to tell you why I'm not worried about being used, Furman, because I don't deal with women that are not sexually attracted to me. So I'm not worried about being used. My thing is, anything I offer a woman, right, whatever it is, right, if for whatever reason her and I don't work out and she wants to dip, I don't look at it as, damn, I can't believe I did that. I did it for nothing because I didn't get no sex out of it, or I did it for nothing because she left. I do everything of my own volition. My thing is, and I said this about guys, a lot of guys, they don't want to offer dates because they want a guarantee that sex is going to happen. Okay? That's their reason. Okay. I'm the first one to tell guys, if you're going to offer a date to a woman, the date should never be about you trying to fuck her. It shouldn't be about that. The date should literally be about you just want to feel her out, see if she's someone you want to deal with past that evening or that day that you're taking her out. You want to see, okay, you want to have a little conversation with her, not no interviewing type shit, but you just want to see if she fits, you know what I'm saying, what you got going on. Okay, does she behave in a way where it's conducive to your bottom line? And you can be like, you know what, I'm interested in seeing her again. You know what, before this evening ends, I'm gonna set up another date, or I'm gonna set up another situation where we can interact further and we can see where the situation goes. But a lot of guys, when they spend money on women, they act like they are entitled to the sex because they spend a couple of dollars. Because we don't think that way, right? So I just want to put that out there.
I also got a question too. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is what I want to see. Okay, so we get guys like this that look for magical pills. This guy doesn't want to learn anything. But the problem with this guy right here is that there's no such thing as failure. What is a failure? There's no such thing as fear. I've proven that there's no such thing as fear, and I've proven there's no such thing as rejection. And if you can go knock on his door and punch him in his mouth. There is no failure when it comes to a man. The reason why you're a failure, Zay, is because you're making everything about the fucking woman. That's why you fail. You're putting the woman above yourself. We don't give a listen. If a woman says no, that's her right. Why do I care? Stop. You got to get see, the thing is, you got to get your feelings out of this. You cannot learn game by acting feminine. So you're always going to fail because you're an absolute failure, Zay, because you choose to be a failure. You're not a student of the game. This guy he's a bird watcher. He'll sit from the far, far away with his binoculars and he'll look. He's not trying to learn game. He just wants to get a quick fix to a serious problem. Zag, you got it, man.
So let me say this. Failure is when you never try. When you have a fear of failure and you never try that thing that you are afraid of. Okay, that's failure. Because how many people have started businesses, but maybe the first business or two they started didn't work out? And the reason why it didn't work out was because they didn't have the game. They didn't have the information, right? They didn't have the information they needed. They didn't have the consistency or whatever they needed to see that business prosper. They didn't have it. So a lot of times when people start businesses and they just give up, those guys are failures. But when you learn from your errors, when you learn from your mistakes, and you tighten up and you start making better, more sound decisions, now you can begin that third business, and that's going to flourish.
And I also got a comment too. Big shout out to Miss Logan. Matter of fact, I had her team on her basketball team was on my show the other day. She said, whenever I'm in a friendship / relationship, I want to do it because I want to show my man that I got him. It's not expecting any financial gain. Doing things for my guy is just an expression of how I value you. Y'all want to comment on that?
No, and we alluded to that. Basically, we were saying that. Well, she's saying I got his back. But here's the thing, and I said this earlier, if LaWanna started feeling like her man was taking her for granted and didn't appreciate her, eventually she might stop doing those things. But as long as he's consistent, because here's the thing about attraction, right? Whenever a woman is really feeling you, right, there's typically multiple reasons why she's attracted to you. There isn't just one or two. There's typically multiple reasons, right? So during the course of the relationship, if something changes, if you're not as consistent as you once were, right, that's going to impact her being excited about doing those things for you, right? That's where the consistency comes in. But shout out to her. And this, if she's dealing with a real solid dude, he's going to appreciate that, and he's going to make sure that she knows that she's appreciated.
Yeah, it's just work. I mean, and I know it's weird. I know it's weird hearing men say that, but you got to work. You got to put it. What she's doing, I'm not gonna give her a pat on the back for. That's the expectation, and that's I know that's crazy, but a lot of guys have never even thought that. Wait a second, I can have an expectation that she's got to work for this. You goddamn right. So, like Zach said, she's doing everything right as it should be. Because the expectation is at the end of the day, she should be trying to get with me. I'm not trying to get with her. So she's doing what's I commend her. Keep doing it.
And it was also a big shout out to Renee as well. Also, she been in the comments, said big shout out to her. I know she's a faithful supporter, follower of all that y'all got doing. So I got to be a big shout out to Renee as well in the comment section. So don't want to forget about that. Got to show love to everybody who do come in and support. So big shout out to her. What else we got? Okay, she said, Miss One, she said, thank you for having us.
Hey, look, let me say this to all the women that are commenting and some of the women that are maybe watching, maybe the flyers on the wall. Look, we're not bad guys. If you take your feelings out of it and you sit back for a moment, you will understand that what we say is some real shit. Because the average guy out here, he's not a transparent, decisive man who's being authentic. Most of these guys, they keep their mask on. So, and I will say this to any woman: how many relationships have you went through where you felt like you could never truly be yourself?
Ooh.
That's what we promote. We promote women taking off their mask because we show up with no mask on.
Right. And real quick on Zach's thing. Yeah, we love the ladies. We all, even on shows, we always love the ladies to come in and ask questions because we want to show them that men are not bad. We're not the enemy. Like Zach said, we actually give them game. We game them up on things that they don't know anything about. And look at this guy right here. See, I always say this. You can always tell a loser by the photo that's right next to the statement that he's saying. Now, listen, I'm a geek. I'm a Trekkie too. I like Star Trek and Star Wars, but I would never put the Enterprise to represent myself. And then the fact that you're saying you avoid dinner dates, you ain't even getting any women. What do you mean avoid? How can you have a dinner date when you don't even have any women, dog? That doesn't make sense.
Now this. Wow. Okay, this is what I would say, and I want your supporters, Furman, who are listening on the Facebook end of the thing, and then even on your YouTube channel. I want men specifically. Okay, and if you're not a man yet, welcome to the club, right? So what I want them to do when they do dates with women, because he said something about being unique, right? What guys have to understand. When you're dealing with a woman you just met, you're basically giving her an invitation into your life. Okay, you're showing her who you are, what you about, how you get down. So it makes sense that any date or dates you offer her is geared to that. Let me show her who I am. Let me invite her into my life so she can see who the fuck I am. And either she's feeling it or she's not. But here's the thing: it shouldn't matter to you whether she's feeling it or she's not. Okay, because you're just doing you. See, a lot of guys, when they set up dates, they set up dates based on what they think the woman wants. Okay, or they set up dates based on what they think is going to be the most impressive or what's going to win the woman over. And let me just say this about that. Okay, I talk about inadvertent behavior, meaning when guys first meet women, be mindful of what you introduce. Okay, because whatever you introduce to women, especially when you do it multiple times, there's an expectation from the woman's point of view that you should continue that. They're going to expect that. Never introduce something to the woman you can't be consistent with.
Right. Well, and also, like, just being off of what Zag is saying, what people don't see, this is why game is so important, because what I'm saying is that I have a sexual amusement park, and I want you to come inside and ride all the rides, from the funnel cake to the cotton candy to the roller coasters to everything. I want to show you why you should decide freely to mess with me, because the guys are trying to talk to a woman's what I would say. I always say there are three phases to a woman. There's the makeup phase. There's the phase one, the makeup covers everything up. Then there's her insecurities. So we're at subconscious and conscious level. But with game, we go to the emotion. We go to the core. That's the unrecognizable version. So I can't get to that unrecognizable version following you. Following you is only going to put me in this feminine circle that you're in. So that's why you got to follow my lead and trust me when you're ready to trust that, you know what, I'm going to show you why me. And every door that you open is a million other doors behind that door.
Okay, so he says there's nothing wrong with dinner dates as long as it's you. Okay, this is what I would say.
Man.
For any guy that's listening right now, if you've ever taken a woman out on a date, or if you've ever spent money on a woman and it didn't go how you ultimately wanted it to go, and you found yourself angry with the woman, having angst towards the woman, having vitriol towards the woman, that means the date was never about what it was supposed to be about. Period. That's what I would tell guys. It's simply this. If you get mad because you didn't have sex at the end of the night after spending money on a woman, then you went out on a date for the wrong reasons.
Right. Your problem is that you're going on a dinner date. Zag and I will go on a dinner experience. Two totally different things. When you go on a dinner date, all you're going to do is, what do you do for a living? When was your last boyfriend? Silence, 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 silence. What I'm saying is, if I do anything with a woman, I don't look at it as a date. I look at it as an experience to show her, for the first time in her life, she gets to be around somebody that is going to force her to be more than the sum total of the parts that she has right now. I'm trying to push her beyond her thoughts to make her think about things that she's never even thought about. Because remember, you've seen Django, right? You've seen Django Unchained, right? You've seen that, right? You've seen Django Unchained, right?
That was Jamie Foxx.
Yeah, no, Jamie Foxx. You saw Django, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you remember when they first met Calvin Candy?
Mm.
And Calvin said, "Well, what do you think about the guys that what do you think about the guys I got? And he's like, hey, all right, I don't really like them. Well, I guess we ain't got nothing to talk about, because if you don't like the guys I like, then we ain't got nothing." Then he's like, "I don't want to talk about the ones that you like. I want to talk about the ones you don't." He's like, "I don't talk about the ones I don't want to talk about," right? That's the whole thing about it. I don't want to know what you tell all these average motherfuckers, because I'm not an average motherfucker. I don't what I can say. I don't want to know you. I don't want to know your story. I don't want to know nothing about you. The you I want to know is the unrecognizable version of you that you don't even know, because all you are is, these women are just like this. Same thing. He's going to ask me what I do for a living. He's going to ask me what college I go to. He's going to ask me what I'm looking for. So she's already got a blueprint in her head. Already, all the answers already lined up. I don't want that. I want to give an experience where she's saying, oh, shit, who the fuck is this? Like, damn, I got to change my shit up. He didn't even ask one fucking question. But the interaction we have, I feel like I'm the only one in the room. I feel like I'm losing time, and I don't want this shit to end. That's the experience versus the date.
That's some real shit. Yes. Let me say this. See, a lot of guys, when they meet women, right? Because you got to understand, women have a public persona and a private persona. Right? It's kind of like a stripper who has a stage name and her real name, right? I don't want your stage name. I'm not going to call you Cinnamon like everybody else. You know what I'm saying? What's your real name? Because I want to know that. I want to know the private person that no one else at the joint has been introduced to. Show me that person. See, a lot of guys, when they deal with women, they get introduced to the public persona. They get introduced to what she wants them to see. What Steve is talking about is, I want her to introduce me to the part that she keeps trying to hide, but she can't help herself but to show me.
Yes.
Show me that part.
That's what I want.
And I also give a big shout out to Isaiah Parker in the super chat, $10 respect to the game and the panel. So big shout out to Mr. Parker as well. And I see Miss Logan, she loving everything on here. She said that part.
That part.
Listen, ladies, we know what it is. We know what we're talking about up in here.
Yeah, no lies in love. No, yeah. It's just weird. Women have never heard this kind of talk before unless they've been around men. They don't know that there are people out there. I mean, because we're like fossils. We're like with the elves and unicorns and shit. What they're hearing right now, like, damn, I've never met a motherfucker like that, because they never met a man before. Never.
And I know y'all mentioned that men give women experiences. And I love that, because I know in the book, you talk about guys going different places. If you take out for something like tea, don't do any Starbucks, but go to a place where they had the organic tea. I'm paraphrasing, but correct me. But learn about different teas, because at the time you want to educate her on the different type of tea. That's like blow her mind.
Right. Okay, most guys are like, hey, is it okay if we go out, whatever? I'm just guessing because I'm not a human. I guess what they say. So, but I was always taught to paint the picture. This is why I want to take you out with me. I want you to accompany me here, because this is the place. Hey, will you stop giving love to Kerry, please? This is the place I'm going, and this is why I'm going to this place, and this is why I'm going to join. I would love for you to join me so you can join this experience with me, because it allows me to show you things. Like you were saying, the tea. When I go to a mom and pop, like I call it a sound check. I sound check places. So if I'm going to a mom and pop place, I want to know the teas. I want to know what go good with the tea. Where did the tea come from? Because those are conversations. This is why this goes good with this versus this goes good with that. But women don't get that. Women just get, is it okay if I take you somewhere? You decide where we want to go, Cheesecake Factory, whatever the fuck. You decide where you want to go, you decide, and I'll just pay for it and all this other stuff. No, you're going to come to me, because whether you do or don't think there are not going to be women there already that I could talk to. I'm going to go with or without you.
Yeah, and I love that, because go ahead.
No, go ahead, Furman, you got it.
No, guys, I love that, because when I read in the book and how you put that together, it's like, it ain't manipulation. It's that when you the guy and you learn these different things about yourself, and when you take this woman and when she's worthy, that you can take her, educate her, blow her mind, give her an experience where she go back and tell her girlfriends, like, I met this guy, I don't know who he is, I don't know where he came from, but just something about this guy. And like you said, they don't really get that experience every day.
Real quick, Zach want to say something. Go ahead, Zach. I'll go after you. Go ahead.
No, you got it. Go ahead, Steve.
Just real quick. I just want to say, it's not even that. The way our mind works, I know Zach the same way. The way our mind works, fuck the tea. from the first moment I see you, how I'm going to take my right hand and wrap it around your waist, how I'm going to bring you close to me, how am I either going to choose your left ear or your right ear to get in to tell you how nice you look, how great you smell, and then take my left hand, turn around and guide you and lead you over. I mean, every detail is an experience in which she's not used to. Everyone. I'm Zach, you got it, my brother.
We got to hit him with the pirouette.
Yeah, you can.
But she got, you know what I'm saying? You know, she cleaned up well for her brother. You know, she looked very nice, especially when she got her hair in a different style. She didn't have it in. You know what I'm saying? The blushes, a different color and shit. You know, she got her nails. I got to peep all of that out. And I got to sit there and hit her with the pirouette and make sure that because see, this is so funny, right? Because you hear guys, goofy guys on YouTube, they'll say, don't compliment women or don't validate women. Now here's the thing, right? Let me tell you why these males would say such a thing, right? Number one, the average guy gives empty compliments. Okay, when I say they give empty compliments, they'll compliment a woman that they want to fuck, and they expect her to respond, right? So there are viral videos of men in public complimenting a woman, and a woman doesn't really respond. So the guy is like, at least you can do is say thank you. So did you give her the compliment just to let her know you thought she looked nice, or did you give her the compliment so she can validate you, right? So then when a woman says, look, I'm not interested, ain't nobody interested in you, I was just complimenting you. No, you were interested. You felt if you gave her a compliment, that would open the door to a conversation. And she's not giving you the conversation you thought you would get. Now you're mad. That's why I say those compliments are empty, right? And as far as validate a woman, they'll say don't validate, right? Because these guys are doing everything to get pussy. And when they can't get it, now they're mad. And they act like petulant children. Oh, man, forget these women. Don't compliment women. You sound like a fool.
Yeah, I see Miss Logan. She enjoying everything that comes. She said, "Rare gems indeed." She really enjoying herself. Miss Logan is because she never heard nothing like this before. She loves it.
And if you have game, you can knock two birds out with one stone, though. So let's say you got a good-looking female waiter. Let's say she kind of like, she got that look, right? So the waiter comes over. I'm going to automatically introduce the waiter to her and let her know how we met and why we here. And when I ask for dessert, I want you to go ahead and take a few extra minutes because that's when I'm going for the kiss. I'm going to say all that because women never heard no one talk this way. But if I want to get that waiter, you don't think I ain't going to double back? And when I see the waiter, what you going to ask me about the woman? I'm going to say, forget about her. Let's talk about us right now. You see what I'm saying? So that's where game comes in at, because it kind of goes. I see Tyler with another question. If we can post that, Tyler, let me explain something to you. Women love losers like you, and they will date you, have a relationship with you, and marry you, and even probably have a kid by you. But it is our job to fill in the blanks. We're not here. She can only rent and lease us. She can't have us. So our job is to keep her with you, and you don't even realize that. The only reason she's loyal to you is because she's loyal to the man that says, if you're not loyal to him, you're going to lose me because you're not going to have me. But stay with Tyler. I know he ain't fucking. Stay with Tyler. Listen, I know it's been 2 or 3 months since you fucked, but you know what? You got to fuck him. I know you don't want to. Go fuck him. Just go ahead and get it over with. Do it right now. I know you think it's disgusting. And we have to, and Zach can tell you, we have to tell women this all the time. Be with your man. Fuck your man. Date your man. And the loyalty isn't to you, Tyler. The loyalty is actually to us. Because she's loyal to us, she follows direction and shows you a pinch of loyalty. But she really doesn't like your ass. She just wants to be with you because she can't have a man. Zach, what say you, my brother?
Let me double back and talk about guarantees again. And this is where a lot of, women too, but we're not talking about women right now. We're talking about these dudes. See, because he's talking about loyalty. See, a lot of guys, they want women to guarantee loyalty to them. Right. So now we know when we talk about loyalty, what we're really talking about. We're talking about fidelity. See, a lot of guys, when they think about loyalty, they don't understand that loyalty is deeper than just fidelity. Right. A woman can be disloyal to you, but never cheat on you. Right. So a lot of guys don't understand how deep the rabbit hole goes with that. But he's probably talking about fidelity, I'm certain. And here's the thing about that, right? When you get with a woman, right, and y'all decide to take that journey and get into a relationship and all of that, number one, you should never get with a woman based on you feeling like she won't cheat on you. That should never even be in your head. You know what I'm saying? That should never cross your mind. But the reason why it crosses a lot of guys' mind is because they're making decisions based on their feelings and the fact, I love her, I hope she don't break my heart. And my thing is this, and there's going to be some people who disagree with this, but I never understood this, Steve. How can a woman break your heart?
But that's what I'm saying.
I personally, now for anyone that had their heart broken, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, how can a woman break your heart? How is that possible?
Zach, I do this all the time, and this is weird. I tell you, see, Tyler, you're not used to this. We tell women to be with your man. Okay, see, Tyler, what you don't understand is when they fuck with us, they don't want to be with you. But the problem is they can't have us. So that's why we tell them, find a man. Find your what's that? Is that?
No, you go ahead. You good.
I was like, what's the music? Okay. So we're like, find your man. You know what I mean? Find who you want to be with. Date who you want to be with. We ain't tripping on that shit, dog. We never trip on that, man. We push women away, basically. We tell women to see other guys.
And also, I want to talk about this too. You break down the stages from the dating stage, living together stage, the engagement stage, the marriage stage, the grandparent stage. Yeah, broke that down on the interview, and I love how you broke that down because that was a mouthpiece how you did it. You mind elaborating on the different stages? I never seen anything like that. How you put that creativity together?
Wait, can you load that down just a little bit?
Yeah.
But the thing is that I teach with game is that what I was taught with their phases. Okay, so you have the meeting, dating phase, you have the relationship phase, you have the moving in together phase, engagement, marriage, fatherhood. Okay, those are the phases I was taught in the game, right? But you have to know what phase that you're in. And that means that if she cannot hit your expectations of her, you fall back. You never go forward. And in that way, you'll never have problems in relationships. You'll never have problems in marriages or anything, because if you're saying that this is what my expectation, again, it is what we call program. This is an expectation. I have an expectation of being and dating a woman that if she cannot hit what I have, we're going to fall back and we can just fuck. That's it. There won't be a relationship. If you want some dick, you can have it, but we'll never be together. At least I'm honest with you. Now, if we move forward and start dating or something like that, or move into a relationship and you're not hitting those things, we're going to fall the fuck back. I'm never going to go forward because you want us to go forward. Because the way Zag and I and men like us, the way we are, we have a standard in which we must uphold. And the toughest thing to being a man for a lot of guys is saying no to a woman and saying goodbye. And it's something that a lot of guys don't do. That most guys can never fathom that, wait a second, you turn pussy down? Bruh, that one thing they don't understand, and it shocks them, that we turn pussy down all the time because my dick and I got too much value. I just don't give myself away. So you have to prove your value and worth just to get my attention. I didn't even talk about the dick. I'm saying because wait, Zach, do you have the light with you? So I want you to see this thing. Okay, see that light right there? That light right there means that's what we do. We shine the light on ourselves 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, and on a Sunday, right? That means you shut it down now, Zach. That means that if you get some of my light, that means you are showing me that you're worth some of my light. You just don't get it for free. Zach, you got it, man.
No, to Steve's point, I have what I call 4 levels of consideration, right? Fuck buddy, fuck buddy, right? And then right after that, it's kind of like friends with benefits, homie, lover, friend. We're not serious, but in addition to having sex, we actually kick it. We hang out, we do things. Right
Yeah.
after that is girlfriend. Right after that is wifey. I treat women uniquely different in each of those roles or each of those stages. And the reason why I treat them uniquely different is because if a woman is fortunate enough, right, and if I bestow the honor, you know what I'm saying, for her to actually have the title of girlfriend, fiance, or wife, she's gonna see, damn, through each stage, I can see the level of consideration, the level of thoughtfulness, the level of being compassionate. I can see that because I've done what was necessary or was vital to the title, I can see that he's doing more things. He's making himself more available. What a lot of guys do at the very beginning when they very first meet women, they do girlfriend shit with women they just met. They do girlfriend shit. You know what I'm saying? And I don't do that because my thing is, what does a woman have to look forward to if what you did in week 2, you're doing in year 2? You know what I'm saying? You still there's no elevation of what you're doing. But if a woman can see, damn, from the second week I know him to the first year, I can see a vast difference in how he's interacting with me. So she can see where if she does invest, she can see me investing in him, me showing him that I have value. I can see how it culminated and where we're at now. Because I just didn't give all that shit away.
Right, because she's seeing herself. See, the thing people don't understand what game does. We allow women for the first time without this weird thing, no judgment. That's saying, I want you to be you, and I want you to know that whoever you present to me, I got you. And that's something that's very hard for women to give away. They're really their deepest thoughts and feelings, because they're so worried that if I actually tell this guy something that's really meaning, he's going to either use that against me and throw it in my face or judge me for it or something. But what we're saying is, when you meet me, everything that you're thinking is not your end. There's no end with me. This is our beginning, and that will break their brain because they never met a motherfucker to let them know that I don't, again, the new you starts with me. I don't fuck that old you. That old you, hey, when you fuck with me, you're going to see that, like Zach said, we're going to elevate, but you have got to show me why I need to elevate you. Because I'm not going to just elevate you just because you got a nice round ass, got some perky tits. I'm not going to do that. We ain't built like that.
Yeah, I also heard about that analogy about the job. They give you, like, on a job, they give you a verbal, a written, and a termination. I know you mentioned that before too. I like that, how you like that. It's like, we're doing a probation period, because I know if you go over to a job, they put you on probation. And if you don't live up to the expectations, they can let you go any time during the probation period. Why are we not thinking like that when it comes to ourselves?
Hey, I'll do you one better. So you want to go first?
No, go, Zach. I got you. I'm right back.
I'll do you one better. Now, women, y'all might want to leave the room. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might want to close your ears, right? Because I got to say something, right? So if you think about a job, first there's the 90-day probation period before you can get their benefits, like the medical, dental, vision, and all that. 90 days before you can get a promotion or before you can leave the department and maybe pursue a higher position. You got to be there for a year. Now, PK, even when they give you raises, they give you 1%, 2%, 3%, 4%, based on whether or not you're meeting the standard or exceeding the standard. So you get higher raises, you know what I'm saying, based on the standard. Now, I said this about a year or so ago, right? Because what a lot of guys like to do, you know what I'm saying, whether they're in long-term relationships or they're married, when they do their anniversary, they automatically go to spending money. They need to sit down with their chick and give her an evaluation. See, past year, you've been slipping here, you've been exceeding expectations here. So sometimes maybe what you do for the anniversary should be predicated on whether or not she's been exceeding standards, at standards, or below standards. I'm just saying, don't get mad at me, because sometimes you got to have checks and balances to make sure that you police yourself as the man, you police yourself, but you also manage the relationship just to make sure you're on course and she still understands the assignment. I want to read something to y'all real quick. Women, don't get mad at me. Don't get mad. It's just true. Well, let me see if I can find it real quick. Oh, damn it, I can't find it. Okay, anyway, so basically, no one should take their spot for granted. Right? No one should take a woman's place in your life should be as secure as the work she's willing to put in to maintain that spot. Right? Yeah, I can give it to you, but are you still doing what you were doing to get it? Okay, or are you just kicking your feet up and you're a little too comfortable for your own good? That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. So here's the thing. The thing is that the reason why they can't do your question, Mr. Jackson, is because they don't have their own mission statement. They don't have a vision statement. They don't have a legacy statement of themselves. We know who we are. And I know, like say, I love having powwows, but the one thing I'm not going to do is waste my fucking time. If I realize my time, which is one of the most important things to me other than me, if I'm wasting my time, I'm letting your ass go. You're going to get your ass fired. I'm not that guy, because my mission, the thing that people don't understand about a man's mission statement, I mean, how you see the world. Most guys have never thought that they can never create something for themselves to declare who the fuck you are to yourself, who you want to be, what you want to do, and the values and the principles and how you move as a man. And that means that, listen, what you see is what you get. I'm not here to see, like Zach. See, what's weird is it's gonna kind of get weird. Zach and I aren't here to fuck. Why would we want to do such a piddly, weak thing when we are not the option, the opportunity? If I'm an opportunity, I don't want to fuck, because you haven't even shown, because my mission statement, my value statements say that you got to get my attention. Remember the light, Zach, the light, real quick. You gotta move me off of that thing right there. What are you going to do to take me off that light that I shine on me all the time? And you have got to show me that if you a bad motherfucker, you can get that light. You get some of that light. But what I'm saying is that's the standard a man has. See, our standard isn't pussy. We're our standard. And that's what makes us so different. Don't get us wrong. We're whores. We're sluts and we're great lovers. But that's a benefit that one will get when they have earned that level by after that 90 or whatever, however that guy has his standard is, not a day or something or a week like a sucker. But when she has worked hard and she has earned it, she will get and reap the benefits.
Now, I love it. I love how y'all put that together, because that was awesome how you put that together. Knowing your value, knowing your worth, valuing your time, and don't just give anybody that seat next to you. That seat is exclusive only for that right. If they're supposed to be there. I know you did the 21 convention. I know you did something with the hammer, with the throwing hammer, and how you broke that analogy down, and how that individual has to be worthy enough to pick up the hammer. I like that. Can you explain? Can you elaborate more on that as well?
I don't even know what I do with my hammer. So it's all about what I learned about, and this is game. So my mentor will always find things to explain game to me and the worth of a man. See, the hammer was, well, Thor thought the hammer was Asgard when it was really him was Asgard, but the hammer in the analogy is that only who is ever worthy to lift the hammer can lift the hammer, but one must be worthy of it. So what he was saying is your name is your hammer. Your name is all things, and it is the one thing you should never be ashamed of. It's the one thing you should never change, move, or manipulate for a woman. You got to say that, listen, you have my curiosity, but again, if you're not worthy enough to show me that you can even lift that hammer or get some of that light, then you know what? There's the door. I don't need you. And I know hey, listen, it's the shock in this thing. Most guys are shocked to probably hear this shit. Zag and I turn down more women than we bring in, because just because you have access to me doesn't mean you get me.
Well, let me add this, and this is not a quote of mine. This is a quote. You can find it. Just because someone desires you doesn't mean that they value you. Okay, so it could be from a woman's perspective. Just because a man wants to have sex with you doesn't mean he values you. From a guy's perspective, just because a woman wants to be around you, she wants to accept your dates and all that type of shit, that doesn't mean that she values you, right? Because when you value something, you respect it, right? So what Steve was saying is, when he said we turn down more women than we bring in, it's because if you don't respect the fact that I have a structure, I have a certain way of doing things, I have a standard, I have principles, I have values, I have a belief system. If you can't respect that, if you can't adhere to the same thing that I adhere to, then you're not welcome, right? Because I say this all the time, and you see it play out on the internet, especially on YouTube, right? Where guys want women to come to the table with standards they themselves do not possess. Okay, to me, that's ass backwards. How in the hell can a woman look to you for leadership or guidance when you want her to have more standards than you have as a man? Yes. Okay, so how does that work, right? And if you're talking about a woman really wanting to follow your lead, really wanting to submit to you, okay, there has to be a point where she admires you, dare I say. How in the fuck can she admire a man who she has more standards than? Like, that man has no standards, right? And a lot of these guys out here, they don't have standards. They have dating preferences, okay? Preference is not a standard, but people often misconstrue them having dating preferences as a standard. And this is how you know it's not a standard. Do you live your life by that? Okay, and if you do live your life by that, are you willing to compromise that for sex? A lot of guys, earlier we was talking about your name. There's a video going around of this guy. He's saying he doesn't buy sports jerseys for his sons because he don't want them to wear someone else's name on their back, right? He says, I want them to rep this name. This name is the most important name. So my thing is, even when guys get married, do you not respect your name? Why would you give your last name to any woman for her to put on her license and her to put on her paperwork? Your name is on there. Okay, number one, are you doing your name justice? Are you repping your name? Because if you ain't repping it, she ain't gonna rep it, right? And a lot of guys, they have no honor, no integrity, and no dignity. All you got to do is listen to them talk about how they talk about women, how they talk about sex, paying for sex, lying for sex, cheating on women. We don't condone that shit either. So these guys have no honor, no integrity, and no dignity. You got it, fam.
Right, and we just and what's weird is, again, a free will. I don't want to manipulate you to giving me pussy. I don't want to tell you what you want to hear. I'm going to tell you what you actually need to know. This is the situation, and this is the choice. You can go, which some will go and come back. You can stay, some will stay and then leave. But whatever you do, I'm not going to listen. It's not a Hallmark TV show or a We Channel where I run behind you. I don't run behind them. If you're going to come back, you come back, because I'm going. Hey, I was telling Zach, on to the next town. Just like a circus, we're going to pack up, go on to the next town, next city. Because in that next town, next city is a woman just waiting for you to fuck up. And that's the one they don't understand. You see, women get it, but most guys don't. When you have game, you have women waiting for the next woman to fuck up. You have women saying, damn, is he still talking to that bitch right now? Damn, are they ever going to stop talking? Oh, wait, she gone? Oh, now it's my turn. So there's so many layers to this, man, that guys without game will miss on that, man.
Yeah, it made me think about the James Bond novel. I love James Bond novel. I got in my library. And when he had a conversation with the lady in one of the novels, first thing she said is, I know your wife. Because okay, you this man, I know you got a roster of women. I didn't even know you got a wife. So that made me think about what you're just saying. Like, okay, what you're saying. So I know you got women lined up. I know you got this connected with you. Because they already know off the bat that, okay, you got women somewhere.
Well, it's okay. The reason they can recognize someone who has women is because they're usually around motherfuckers who don't have women. And people who don't have women make it about the pussy. People who don't have women, let me get you over to my place. Let's fuck. What can I say to her to fuck? Let me be her friend to fuck. Let me hang out with her to fuck. Everything I'm trying to do is actually cloak myself trying to deceive, manipulate, and lie to a woman, which a woman, giving them credit. I don't know, Zach, I know Zach kicked them out, so if they stay in that, I don't want to blow their heads up, but they've got this sixth sense. They can recognize a bitch and a liar like that. They got that thing. So what throws them off with us, they're trying to say, well, I can't smell desperation, neediness. This motherfucker ain't trying to, he's talking smooth to me, but yet he's never asked me to come to his place. He's not trying to force me to fuck, but I enjoy, oh my God, it's a fucking man. Because what they normally would say to us, I would say, if a woman doesn't ask you within the first 3 or 4 interactions you have with her, how many women you have, you're a smooth talker, you're a ladies' man, oh, you one of those guys.
Oh, you know what, Steve?
Yeah.
You're trouble. You're dangerous. You're dangerous. You're trouble. They know.
You're trouble. Right. So the thing about being a man is that you even when you're not seeing it, I tell people it's funny when you're not seeing women and you're a man and you tell them the truth that you're not seeing, they're gonna call you a fucking liar because you're so smooth. They automatically know that this guy is great with women because only the great ones don't make it about fucking because they're getting a lot of pussy on the back end.
Man, this is a game right here. I love this.
See, Renee? Yes, Renee, I know. So, and here's the thing, right? See, a lot of guys who are clingy, who are thirsty, and they're pussy beggars, right? So here's the thing about being a pussy beggar. You can verbally do it, like you try to get a woman to come to your house. Come on, girl. You know I'll do that body right. Come on, begging, just begging. But also, your actions can be that of a pussy beggar. Meaning this: if you try and offer a date to a woman and she's like, I don't know, we'll see. Then a couple of days later, come on, girl, come out with me, right? And then let's say if she eventually says yes, and then she flakes on you, and then you offer her another date, because women know that if I was a guy and a woman was putting me on the back burner like this, there's no way I would put up with this nigga, right? They know that. So the fact that you're doing it, they know why you're doing it. It's because she has a vagina. So they know that you're just trying to hold on for dear life because you feel like there's a chance you might be able to get to hit it, right? So this is why I say women, once a woman knows that she can control you with sex, again, not the act of it, just the misleading proposition that you probably can get it, right? Once she knows you're controlled by that, women will not respect you.
Isn't it great when they say to you, Zag, can we talk for a second? I mean, why didn't you ask me to come back to your place? Or why didn't
Bro, I had a chick one time, right? We were on a date and I dropped her off at a car and she was like, you're not gonna invite me back to your spot? And I'm like, nah, not tonight. She was like, I want to see where you live though. I want to see where you live. And there was another time where a chick, she came to my crib and we was talking outside. And I'm like, all right, girl, well, look, gave her a hug. Like, look, man, I got some stuff I got to do. She said, you're not going to invite me in? No, not tonight. But, next time we see each other, I'll give you the invite. Come on, let me just see. Like, because they're curious, right? They're so curious. They want to go in. They want to go in the crib real quick. But man, you got it.
Yeah, I just love making. I love the first orgasm to be a masturbation experience. I love that the most. That's my thing. So.
Man,
He'll turn this to a sex show real quick. But go ahead.
That's talk about the stuff. I know y'all got the Real Game No Theory podcast, which is tomorrow. I know KZ, I know you got your show coming up with Miles now at 12:30, correct? 12:30.
12:30, and I just want to say this. Is titled "Is Women Withholding Sex Manipulation?" So for everyone tuning in again, to join this title, "Is Women Withholding Sex Manipulation?" Now, the title might perk some people's ears up, but just stay tuned. But go ahead, fam, you got it.
And also, I know, Steve, I know you got your show tonight as well with Miss Dana tonight as well.
Yeah.
How did that come about? Because I love their interaction, like logic, emotions.
Well, she's emotional, but women are, and again, this is why Zach and I love having women on. I mean, to give a perspective of stuff that they're not used to. So a lot of women are not used to hearing how a man actually thinks. And the problem with Dana is she calls us Dusties because we just arrogant motherfuckers. But I'd rather be a Dusty than a nice guy. So yeah, so she just can't understand. A lot of women just can't understand a man because they've never been around one, but they get really attached to that person. Not dating attached to me, but they get attached when they get around a man because we're fun, we're exciting, we're all the things that they've always wanted, but they just can't have in a regular guy.
You know what it is? It's a love-hate relationship. and I say it's a love-hate relationship because on one hand, they love the fact that we're supremely confident and we cannot be controlled by pussy, by sex, or anything like that. We can't be controlled, right? So they love that, but they also hate it because it's like, damn, how can I get this man to do what I want him to do? You know what I'm saying? So and it's like you got to put in work, and sometimes you will have some women they would rather fuck with a dude where they don't have to put in no work, right? Because it's the path of least resistance. Whereas when they actually deal with a man who has standards, they have to actually adhere to those standards. So now sometimes women, they want that. Other times they're like, I just want to chill, kick my feet up. This nigga make me work too hard. You know what I'm saying? For this other shit that I want.
Yeah. And that's why we tell them, see who you want to see. It's weird. We tell them, see other people. Please. I mean, to a point, like I'm sure you heard me say, like, if you're seeing a guy, I'll help you find the outfit. I mean, I want you to go out with who you want to go out with. I know you might be trying to make me jealous or something like that, but I don't want to hold you back. I want you to go out, enjoy yourself, and know I'm here on the back end. So.
And I know you talk about this on Steve as well. I know Halloween, women love to dress up. Women want to feel sexy. They want to be confident. You know, they do lingerie parties and
all that shit.
And then why guys judge them on that, which they want, like you said, it's no judgment, but they want to be sexy, they want to be free, they want to be open.
Yeah.
You know,
and they want to rest and they go ahead.
No, go ahead, Steve. You gotta.
No, I just real quick. I used to talk about water hose like decades ago, and there was like the Hunger Games. They have this like new Hunger Games out. If you look at the numbers, it's a water hole. Because again, you take so this the new Hunger Games comes out in 2023. The new one came out 2023. So let's go back to 2013 when you have a 10-year-old girl reading those damn books and shit like that. What do you think her 20-year-old ass is going to be this weekend or next week when that shit drop? She's going to be at the event, probably dressed up in a cosplay. You see what I'm saying? Like you're saying, dress up. Because they're in that mood, and then there are no guys there to clean up and eat. You know, you ever see that show on Nature when they have a school of fish, and then you see the dolphins coming in and grabbing, and then you see the whales coming in, and everybody's feeding off the fish. Well, that's what we're talking about. That's game right there. But Zach, I'm sorry, you got it.
So let me say this. This is what a lot of guys don't understand. Halloween is one event, but also Comic-Con, cosplay, right? What a lot of guys don't understand, that gives women the freedom, at least on the surface, to express their sexuality with the way that they dress without feeling judged or ridiculed for it. And a lot of guys, they don't understand how to speak to a woman's sexuality. They don't, right? So you know, a lot of women, they grow up with maybe overbearing fathers, or society is always basically trying to shame women for expressing their sexuality. So a lot of women, they go through life at various times, maybe repressing their sexuality. Okay, even in relationships, there are women right now who are in relationships or married where they don't feel free to completely express their sexuality in totality because of the type of man that they're with, right? So what happens is sometimes you'll have these women, they will, either have experienced certain things sexually, or they would have a craving to experience certain things that they can't experience with the guy that they're with. So sometimes they might either, step out with a former lover who she was able to completely be her sexual self around, or maybe this new guy that's talking a bunch of fly shit, right? She might, and I'm not condoning or advocating cheating at all. I don't know. My thing is, if the relationship ain't working, either leave it or at least go to the person and let them know you want to entertain other people, and then let them decide what they want to do with that information. But my thing is, a lot of guys don't understand. Again, take it back to Halloween, cosplay, Comic-Con. These are women who are expressing themselves. They're expressing their sexuality outwardly by what they're wearing, right? So a lot of guys, the reason why they judge those women is because they feel like, oh, those women are typically the type of women that will cheat if I got into a relationship with a woman who would put that on. And that's not accurate to assume that, because that woman who go to church 6 days a week, who wears a muumuu, you know what I'm saying? She'll cheat too. You know what I'm saying? In some cases, I'm not saying that all women cheat. There are women who could be loyal, so don't get it twisted. But what I'm saying is, what a woman wears is not necessarily indicative of what she actually does in private. Because just because a woman dresses in a provocative way doesn't mean she's fucking everybody.
True.
It doesn't mean that. I can see how guys might assume that, but that's not accurate. But I got it.
That's true. That's true. I know I got to let y'all go because I know Kzaggin, I know you got to get ready for the podcast at 12:30. I know still got your platform around this evening, but I got one more question. He said, Steve, is there going to be a Christmas game show?
No. I might, because I got a acquaintance that's flying me to Vegas, so I probably close to around that time, the middle. I don't know. I'll probably do something probably an hour, but I don't know if it's going to actually be a Christmas show. But I mean, again, I'm just going to shock y'all. We would tell you to turn down gifts as well, because sometimes you gotta say.
Yes. let me speak on that. Let me speak on that real quick, because this is something that we very rarely touch on, but we have touched on. So when you're very first dating a woman or seeing a woman, even though I'm Mr. Hashtag her debit card works too, right? Sometimes you got to turn down stuff if it's too early.
Yes.
Like I remember one time I met this young lady. It was a Friday, and I called her the very next day, which was a Saturday, right? And she was going out to dinner with some of her girlfriends, and she invited me to go to dinner with her and her girlfriends, and she offered to pay. And I was like, nah. Okay, number one, I'm not trying to meet your friends. Okay, I just met you 24 hours before. I'm not trying to meet your friends. That's one. Two, it's too early for you to be taking me out to eat. It's too early, right? So sometimes you got to turn stuff down, not because you got a problem with it, because it's too soon. And there's a deeper aspect to it. And I say that because, and I'm gonna say this real quick, and you got to be gamed up to see the subtleties in this. There's a distinction between a woman doing things for you because she wants to basically show that I see the value in you, I want to offer it in exchange, versus a woman who's actually an insecure, low self-esteem woman, and she's actually trying to buy your affection. You got to understand the subtleties in that. This is why you turn shit down in the very beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, I appreciate y'all guys. I know y'all are very productive men. I know y'all got some stuff y'all got to do. Keep kicking game and keep spreading the knowledge and wisdom to these men. I know at 12:30, y'all catch Kzaggin at 12:30. Is it at 8 o'clock, 8:30, Steve, with the
Tonight is 8:30 East. 8:30 East tonight. Yes, 8:30 East.
Right, y'all tune in to these great platforms. Then you got Real Game No Theory tomorrow. Check into that. Be educated, be entertained. I'm gonna let y'all know, be warning. You got some wolves on now, and they will eat you alive. So
yeah.
Be at your own risk when you call in. So just let you know up front. Don't be surprised that they not gonna sugarcoat anything with you. But I appreciate y'all, gentlemen, once again. Man, y'all have a great Saturday. Remember, man, y'all go over to Kzaggin channel right now. If you're already on them, get ready for 12:30, and also follow the Man Mindset as well. Also, get the book, The Man Mindset, available on Amazon. I have the book. It's a great book. A lot of pages, a lot of great information, knowledge as well. Yeah, I get the book.
Show them the thickness of it, because you could beat the shit out of somebody with that book, huh?
Yeah, I got so much stuff in. I got so many notes, and I got my cowboy schedule in there too.
Yeah, oh yeah, I'm working on the second book now. So yeah, I'm working on that, a cookbook, a dating cookbook, and some other stuff. So I got some things coming down the pipeline for the guys.
So, and I know y'all doing documentaries now. Y'all been doing documentaries.
I got to release the Game Kings. I'll be releasing that too. So yeah, because I want to give them something extra for that. So I'll be really Game Kings too. Yeah, that's already out, but yeah, I got to release it to my guys. But I want to get extra.
Yeah, and let me just say this for the people that are watching on your end, Furman. Yes, there is a seminar. Now Steve has done multiple seminars, but there is a most recent one. It was a 2-leg seminar. The first leg was in New York City. I was a part of that one. The second leg was in Vegas in September. And Steve and every other guy on the Real Game No Theory podcast was actually there in Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Putting it down. It was dope. I wasn't there to see it, but it was dope. I saw the highlights and all that. It was dope.
And because of that, that's why I'm going. That's why I got a plane ticket to go back to Vegas.
I got a bounce. I'm gonna holler at y'all. Peace.
All right, Zach. That's why I'm got another plane ticket to go to Vegas, because of Vegas. So.
And that's what somebody said. What Miami next?
I think Miami's coming up. Yeah, I think they're gonna do something in Miami. So.
And awesome. And let me ask you this: before you're ready to go, I know you're writing books. That stuff you always wanted to do was become a book author, or that just something that just came to the fold?
No. Well, the problem is I have a flow of information, and that's the problem. It's just so many places that I gotta. I mean, I've got sex stuff, dating, kissing, fucking, eating pussy. I've got God damn, I'm just thinking about the book right there. I got that book, but the next book is more of how you should live your life with rules. I'm coming out with something to work on your core, the one of one. The game cookbook is more than a cookbook, because I just don't want you to cook for the motherfucking woman. I want you to, again, the experience. Remember, I don't want it to be a date. I want her to have an experience. I want her to leave your place or your presence by saying, man, who the fuck was this guy? And why wasn't this guy doing this? And also, I just started dropping something new. Got the texting playbook I just started releasing, where I'm just taking text messages and I'm just breaking it down on how you should talk to a woman, and guys can send me their messages and now I'll break those down. But yeah, so I got tons of things. It's just, when you learn game, it's not a drip. It's like a dam. It just doesn't turn off. So you got to be able to, or it's, I guess, organization. You know what I mean? I have to organize the book. I got to organize the second book. I got to organize the cookbook. I got to organize the core. I had to organize the knowledge of self, women, dating, and sex. So I had to organize all those things. So it's a constant, because I'm constantly gaining more information as I drink more from the knowledge of myself. So.
And that's what's up. And I know you do a lot of great, and they do a lot of conferences as well, a lot of speaking engagement, a lot of interviews. You got so many interviews out that people just love having you on their platforms, where you just spin game, share information, wealth of information. I say $1 billion worth of information, where they're gravitating to a lot of people. It's like, wow, where you was years ago. I know you've been around.
Yeah, but I've been
for a long time.
Yeah, but the thing is that I've been around since the 90s, the 80s. I mean, I've been doing this since like the late 80s. So it's just that we're a small group, which game is actually a small group of individuals. The information that we give is not for everybody. So, that's, people like, well, is this guy new? No, this guy's not new. I've been around from the seduction community and the fall of the seduction community and the rise of this shit. So we've always been like this, just keeping along, doing our thing, teaching those that want to learn game. So.
And that's what's up. So I'm going to let you go on Steve. Do you have any information, any words of advice, any sounds wisdom that you want to leave with the listening audience?
Well, I just say to guys out there at the end of the day that, you can go to the Man Mindset. We always tell them to kick the tires, because we have tons of testimonials. I'm the only guy on the internet that tells you to get poetry. I have a poetry. I have erotic poetry. I tell guys poetry is everything. Poetry's in everything. They see poetry thinks is like Shakespeare. You know what I mean? But if you turn on your radio and start rapping to something, that's poetry. Poetry is in everything. So you learning your mouthpiece stems from poetry. And, I always tell guys to have more depth in themselves, to be able to expression, not thirst and not feeling, but expression to draw women in. So the poetry's there. We have things where we show guys how to make desserts. I show you how to cook meals, desserts when she comes over. I show that. I tell all the guys to do something, it's like all the stuff I tell them, like they've never heard before. So it's like, man, is this like a gimmick? No. I tell them to go get their puzzle pieces.
I mean, you talk about that all the time.
Yeah, I always tell them to get their puzzle pieces. It's so important to begin the process of understanding game. The lost and found box, where people don't understand that, and it's several things, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Because what I have to do, or what I'm going to keep doing until I die, is I've got to get you to stop working on yourself. You're never going to make it working on yourself, because it's yourself that's fucking everything up. But see, nobody tells them that. So people, that's the marketing ploy that fucks people over. So, I won't name it. Okay. You have people out there that push motivation and all that shit, motivation and self-help and, get rid of fear and all this other shit. And then the people steal the same people, and they don't understand why. And that guy just keeps giving them book after book after book after book. And and that's not what we want to do. I don't want you to work on who the fuck you are right now, because who the fuck you are is the problem. That's what my theater number one. That's your theater. I want you to get out of that and work on the unrecognizable version of yourself. Because how are you going to draw out the unrecognizable version of a woman if you can't draw out the unrecognizable version of yourself? So, but that's where game comes in at. But we don't hate women. Women are not the enemy. Women are not bad. Women are just, like I always say, I don't want to be called wild ass animals, but they wild as fuck, because they are the sum total of the average motherfuckers. So we are structure. We are tame. We are calm. We have game. So we don't worry about what the fuck they are and what the fuck they want, because that's none of my damn business.
That's it. Hey, that's what's up right there. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is an awesome episode. Like I said, I'm not gonna hold. You know, you got some things you got to do. Like you said, the game don't stop, it don't sleep. I know you always say don't let you go. I know you always say at 12:01 you're gonna be a different individual. At 12:01.
11:59 is my saddest point.
11:59. That's it.
11:59. I got to say goodbye to the one I love more than anything. Because I see, the thing is, I don't want to hold on to me. Because if I hold on to who I was yesterday, then I won't be able to be the new me I am today. I got to let that person go. I can't. I give him 23 hours, 59 minutes, and damn near 50 seconds of moving around in this world, and then I gotta let him go, because I gotta usher in the new me. I can't be the old me every day, and that's what a lot of guys, they're still stuck on their old. They're just one person. When you start to learn game, your mind is always growing. It's just going like this. So this is why we're so arrogant, because I know if you fuck with me, I'm going to elevate you, I'm going to educate you, and I'm going to show you why you should fuck with me, because I'm fucking with me. If I'm fucking with me, you should fuck with me.
Hey, that's what's up. I know sometimes you say all the time you have to put a restraining order on yourself.
Yeah, because I love you. Yeah, follow me around and all that stuff. I just love the fuck out of me. But I just love me. But most people don't love themselves. So how can you have a woman actually love you the right way if you don't love yourself? You like yourself, I guess, but fuck alike. As I said, I don't want women to like me. They're gonna like me, they're gonna love me, they're gonna be interested. But that's pet. I don't want that shit. I want to conquer. You know what I mean? I want to be an addiction. I'm sorry. I want to be addiction, and I want to be a habit. I want to be the first thing she thinks about when she wakes up. I want to be the thing she thinks about all day. And when she goes to bed with me on her mind, that's what I want.
Man, that's what's up right there. Hey, yeah. Hey, they gonna keep doing your thing. Like I said, to the guys that's out there listening, man, y'all get with them. If also you want coaching, mentoring, they are available for that. Get with them on the back end. Like Uncle always say, talk to them on the back end on that as well. So hey, invest in yourself. I know you got your platform this evening at 8:30. So y'all tune in. Kzaggin is going on at 12:30. So y'all tune in to that as well.
Yes.
Great information. Enjoy your Saturday, and I'll be back here Tuesday night at 7 p.m. here on Walking This Way. Impact was part. Anyway, do you have any information you want to plug in before we get off the air?
Yeah, guys, real quick, don't believe anything that I say. See it for yourself. Kick the tires, go to our testimonials, see that we're the only one that teaches you about your scribe. We're the only one that teaches you about your marketing team, your blacksmith, your culinary school, your drug lab, your scribe, your Senate. We're the only ones that teach you things that are actually outside of the dating realm of anything you hear on YouTube, because if you actually live it, you should be able to produce things that no one else has heard before because you actually lived it versus regurgitated information. We never trust me, we never regurgitate. Nobody's ever heard about Sexoween. No one's ever heard about sex invitations. No one's heard about the Easter game or anything. That we create things to show you that there are motherfuckers out there who actually have game. So yes, we appreciate all. But again, I want to say thank you, man. I appreciate you. And if you want me on again, just say the word. I'm there anytime you want me to pop in, big dog.
Hey, most definitely. I appreciate you. You know, I also represent the Cowboys, America's team. So big shout out to them from Cowboys. They won this past Thanksgiving. I know they're gonna win again this week. So big shout out to the Cowboys. Cause I know Kzaggin, he a 49ers fan along with 1950, but he knows about America's team. So
I
know you, and I know you from you out of the DMV. How do you become how did you become a Cowboys fan?
Because okay, so everybody were Redskin fans. They loved the Redskins. And there was just something about the hatred of Dallas. Because when you're in DC, they were they you know, Dallas was like the hated team. They like, I hate them motherfuckers. But I was like, yo, it's like with Ebony, it's like with Scrooge. I kind of like, I felt this. I loved them as the bad boys. You know what I mean? They were hated. Everybody hates them. And I was like, yeah, I love to be hated. I love that. So I clinged on to them when I was really, really young. And if my heart broke in '82 with the catch when Danny White got knocked out.
Yeah. So I was born in '82.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, I had a lot of heartbreak, but no. I ride Dale. Yeah, they wait my that way my cowboy. Sorry, the cowboy right there. The cowboy. Cowboy. It is right there, cowboy. So yeah, I ride with my boys, dog.
And hey, all day, every day. So I know, hey, I love it. Hey, like I said, man, y'all have a great day. I'm gonna get you back here on. I love to get you and the whole panel here for the Real Game No Theory. I know because y'all kicking game and it's going level 4. I know take it to another level. Also, I'm looking forward to the game. I know you did do the documentary. I know they'll be dropping soon, correct?
Yeah, well, the documentary's done. So what I'm doing is, for those that buy the documentary from us, I want to give them something. I'm just trying to figure out what that something is. I want you to buy the documentary, but I want to give you something for getting the documentary from us. So I'm just still trying to figure that out, because I'm kind of putting all these little new pieces together on the website, starting to get everything organized, and not preparing them yet for the sex membership, but we got to prepare them for the core, the one-of-one coaching. The lessons. That's where I'm going from this point. I mean, the sex stuff will be in the sex membership, but I won't say I've done a disservice, but in order for everything to connect, one must understand the evolution of the core, and that's where I got to connect next, because I've got all the pieces all over the place, but I need the glue for them to understand what one mind, one thought, one way means, because they're like 5 minds, 17 thoughts, and 20 million ways. So that's why things aren't really working out. So I've got to work that out and fix that right.
Man, that's what's up. And I know, family man, father, I know you successful family. I know you preach that a lot. Successful marriage, successful family. And I love that. And the interaction with your children and stuff, that's a beautiful thing as well, that men need to see that with their father, with their children, interaction, the success your children have. You show that a lot. And I respect that too as well. A lot of men need to see that.
Yeah, well, it's just that, again, it's tough because I don't want to boast and brag. So I don't, I just put it out. Like, when, my kids are doing well, I always put that out there and stuff like that. But I try to not get the guys thinking about the end game, more or less, of the marriage kids. I need them to start working on themselves first, because we don't have much time on this planet. You know what I mean?
You're right.
We're here for a little bit of time, and there's so much wasted time, wasted information, that I've got to get these guys on point with how they thinking and how they moving.
Man, that's what's up. Hey, ladies, nobody really. I know I keep saying about allegedly. I just love listening to Uncle Steve, man. He just ragging stuff all day. Man, y'all check out the Man Mindset on YouTube. Give for coaching, mentoring, coach told me tongue-tied. So much stuff, man. And Kzaggin as well. Man, y'all have a great Saturday. Be back here Tuesday, 7 Oh, don't forget, I know you got the Pineapple Reaction Show as well.
Yeah, that's Wednesday. Yes, we have a section. We have so many shows. So Monday is also, Tuesday is with Lakari in the morning, or 12 noon, and then we do a sex show with myself and Zag. Wednesday's Pineapple, and then usually sometimes Thursday, I'll do a show myself. Sunday's Real Game No Theory. Well, those Saturdays with Dana. Saturday night with Dana tonight. Sunday mornings Real Game No Theory. And sometimes what I'm gonna start to do now is, if we don't get a chance to really talk about the theme of what we're talking about in the morning, because we get a lot of calls, I usually do something Saturday night to kind of cover that a little bit. And then in between there, I do a little bit of reaction, and I'm starting to do the text and playbook thing that I've been dropping. I got to drop a new one today, a text and playbook. Matter of fact, when we get off, I'm going to drop a new text and playbook video. But yeah, so yeah, I want to show guys something different, because they understand what top of the head. See, they don't understand game. Like they think that we're like creating scripts and shit. No, when you have game, you can hear something or read something, and you already have it right in your head where you want to take them. So I want to give them more, not receipts, but showing them that when you see something, this is how I see it. This is the play. This is where I want to take her. This is what I'm going to say. This is why I'm going to say it. So basically giving them something that no one else is. I want to do. I'm always looking to do different things, and I don't want to go with the current. I want to go against the current by showing them that not only do I have game, but I have a mouthpiece, and my mouthpiece can get these women turned on. So.
And also, I know you got riding with the ding ding. So I know you do that early in the morning. I know you do that for your overseas.
Yeah, I do.
People as well.
Yes, I forgot about that. Yes, I do ride with the dean too. That's that's like sometimes at 3 a.m, 4 a.m, because game don't sleep. So sometimes I can't talk to the people overseas. So sometimes I want to give them something for at least about an hour, just to talk to them overseas live, where they can have access to me. So I try to give people as much access as they can to learn as much game as possible.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, y'all all over the place. And it just, I know it just elevate, and it's just growing and growing and growing. Like I said, I got to get y'all back here next time. Like I said, I love 1950 where he's spitting, Miles where he's spitting. I know y'all got the young one, Taekwondo. I know you speak very highly of him. How he's gonna take it to a whole another level at his age, and he's at his age as well. So, man, it's awesome, man. Y'all miss out, man. Check the replay. We'll be back again, man. So, hey, have a great day. We out this thing. Peace.
Peace, guys. Thank you.